From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Give us a call, 208-991-4783, and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/radio detectives. Well, I do want to encourage you, if you've not already, pick up a copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo. Available for the Kindle and also for the iPad and the Nook. In there, we take a look at the careers and histories of 7 great detectives and 12 life lessons that can be drawn from their stories. And in there, we take a look at Monk, Columbo, Sherlock Holmes, and Nero Wolfe, a lot of other characters. Pick up your copy today, and hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have available for the Kindle my new ebook, What Made the Golden Age Shine. But now let's get into today's episode of The Adventures of Frank Race, The Adventure of the General's Lady.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. And now we join Frank Race for the adventure of the General's Lady.
There's nothing quite as bad as the liquor you get in the Mediterranean area. And the Bar Talibri in Tunis is no exception. But it has an atmosphere you'll find nowhere else. And I sensed a dawning appreciation of this in the attitude of Mark Donovan as he stood beside me drinking imitation scotch.
It's a great town, Race. I like it.
You didn't think you would, you remember?
Yes, I was wrong. When you said Africa, all I could think of was a lot of elephants snorting through the jungle. This place is class. And dames. Wait till I get back to New York and tell the boys about these dames. Guy couldn't do no better in front of Minsky's burlesque theater.
Pardon me. Didn't I have the name Race mentioned?
Yes, I'm Race.
You're my boy. Been looking for you.
I had noticed him before. I'm standing at the end of the bar. He was tall and broad and red-headed, with a grin that would have elected him to public office.
Heard a lot about you, Race. Guess that's why I was looking for someone who'd be throwing his weight around. You're a lot quieter than your reputation. I'm Ted Connolly.
Oh, it's a pleasure. This is Mark Donovan.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
How'd you happen to hear about me?
Pete Peterson.
Pete. He's going to meet me here.
I know. That's why I've been looking for you. Pete couldn't make it.
Knowing Pete, I'd say that means trouble. What's the story?
He's been hurt. Badly hurt.
Where can I see him?
You want to come with me?
We'll come. Lead the way. Pete Peterson, international troubleshooter for one of the biggest insurance outfits in the business. When you thought of Pete, you usually thought of drive and vitality. But the drive was out of him now. He had about as much vitality as a wet sack. Pete Peterson had become a limp heap on a bed of pain.
Race, glad you got here.
What goes, Pete? What happened to your face?
My face? Yeah, Got to take some surgery to make her look decent again.
Who did it, Pete?
I could tell you the name of one of them. Lepard.
Sounds like a Marseille dock rat.
Yeah. Wears a big ring on his right hand. A knuckle duster. I know all about that ring. Believe me, I know all about it.
Why, Pete? Why are you here?
Because of a guy named Lemitrin. Know him?
General Dimitri. Yeah, I know.
Well, he's in Tunis because of a woman. The company got the tip that he was never going to leave the city alive. If Lemitrin's murdered, it could mean civil war in Monaco.
So you came to play nursemaid.
And look how I ended up.
Have you seen Dimitri?
Never had a chance to get near him. I'm going to have to turn it over to you, Race. And the only lead I can give is the name of a woman. Joan Veneer.
Give me one other lead, Pete. Where did you encounter this Lepard?
In a dive called the Eleanor. But, Race.
Yeah, Pete.
If you find him, watch it. I know a few things about taking care of myself. But man to man, he handled me like a child. Whatever you do, don't let him get his hands on you.
The Eleanor. A low ceiling, a low cobweb line, and judging the two arguments that flared as soon as we got there, a low boiling point. Mark and I stuck around, drinking once in a while to avoid being conspicuous. Then, after about 45 minutes, my attention was drawn to a hand resting on the bar beside me. It was a monstrous hand, hairy and thick. The fact about it that held my gaze was a massive ring that encircled the third finger.
You seem to be curious about me, my friend.
I'm curious about that ring.
You have a reason, perhaps?
I've been told that a man by the name of Lepard wears such an ornament.
So? Well, you can talk to me about that. I am Marcel Lepard. What else did you hear?
That you wear the ring as a weapon.
And that annoys you, oui?
I'm annoyed when I think of the man you disfigured within me.
There have been so many men who have tested my little trinket.
Well, this man's name is Peterson, friend of mine.
Ah, a friend. So you would do something about it, eh?
Yes. I thought of doing this.
So you would have smashed my hand, huh? If I had left it there. What did you take me for, an idiot? But now, my friend, it is my turn.
He didn't hurry. Just crouched a little. A squat, thick-bodied man of tremendous strength. I set myself, and he came in. I was sure of one thing as I got my knees under me there on the floor. This Lepard was no lily pad to be plucked lightly. I watched him warily as he came erect across the room from me. Then I became conscious of something else. He had friends. Proof of that was presented in the form of a heel that gouged into the calf of my leg.
Race! I'm blowing the lights. Let's get out of here!
Well, I think we're clear now.
That's a good thing. I couldn't go another 50 feet.
Oh, thanks, Mark, for the diversion you created back there.
No, brother.
Yeah, I was in a spot.
Oh, you know you were in a spot. That guy had more pals than all of them in the pool room.
Yeah.
Look, tell me something, will you? Since when you started going around picking brawls?
Well, you saw what Lepard did to Pete Peterson.
Oh.
That was enough to raise any man's blood pressure.
Well, look, anytime you tangle with that Lepard, you ain't attending no tea party. Oh. What do we do now?
Well, it's pretty late. We better go back to the hotel, turn in.
Oh, no. You don't think you're being subtle, do you? Anytime you come out with a suggestion like that, there's only one answer, chump. You're going to go see a dame.
That's right, Marcus. A dame by the name of Joan Veneer.
Yeah. Well, take it easy. And try and stay out of trouble, will you? I begin to get the feeling that this town is full of it.
Joan Veneer. I expected a brunette. A tall, statuesque brunette. Maybe about 35, with a lot of schmaltz. Instead, her door was answered by a combination of flaxen hair and blue eyes. Not at all statuesque, but With a figure that'd top any cigarette girl you've ever seen.
What is it you want?
I know it's late, but I understand we have mutual friends. Thought you might like to chat about them.
Oh? And just who are these mutual friends?
General Lemitron and the General's most able aide, Salvon Sebastian.
I see. And who are you?
The name is Race, Frank Race. I'm here because I'm worried about the General.
Perhaps you had better come in, huh?
Thank you. You mind if I say I'm surprised?
Concerning what?
Well, you were described to me as a lady of intrigue. I expected someone, well, shall we say,
I'm sure you mean to be complimentary.
Oh, I do mean it, believe me.
I want to sit down, Ray. Would you care for a drink?
No, thanks. I'm quite content with the atmosphere as it is. But there's something that puzzles me.
Yes?
Why the tie-up with Lemitron? He's big, but he's not that big. You could have anything you set your mind on. You could...
Now you're not being complimentary at all.
You know, it almost makes me believe those words.
Don't make yourself try too hard, Rex. Now, what is it you came to see me about?
Lemitron's here in Tunis because of you. If he stays, he's in danger of losing his life.
Rex, you must know something clearly. I'm not in love with General Lemitron. I never have been. Nor have I ever given him any encouragement. If he is here because of me, I cannot take it.
I can understand all you've said. I can believe it. Sometimes a man goes a little out of his head over a woman, even though she doesn't feel the same way about him. Would you be willing to leave Tunis so that he'll go too?
Tunis is my home.
Well, if you did it just for a short time, you could go to Paris, do some shopping.
Is it really so important, Rex? Or it's just a whim of someone?
American insurance companies learned that General Dimitrov's to be assassinated here in Tunis. If possible, we'd like to prevent it happening. That's why I'm here.
All right, Rex. I'll go to Paris. But I won't enjoy it.
I won't enjoy it either. Much rather have you here in Tunis.
Will I see you again?
Would you like to?
I think so.
Yeah. Let's see if this will help you make up your mind.
When will I see you again?
Don't worry. I'll never keep you waiting very long. Outside, for all the lateness of the hour, the night was full of sound. Murmuring people, patronizing sidewalk cafes. You could hear them, but you could hardly see them. Tunis is like that after dark. There are a few lights, and it has the atmosphere of a darkened stage set for drama and suspense. And as I walked, a voice reached for me from the shadows.
Race, one moment. Perhaps you don't remember me. Salvon Sebastian.
Of course I remember you. And as a matter of fact, I'm glad to see you.
At the risk of seeming impertinent, I must ask what you are doing at the apartment of Mademoiselle Vernier.
Always the watchdog, aren't you, Sebastian? I was discussing General Lemitron. And yourself.
Lemitron. A great man. A genius. At the moment he suffers from temporary insanity because of a woman.
Now, give him credit, Sebastian. She's a woman well worth it.
No woman is worth a man's life. Do you know who's after Lemitron, Race? Bargon himself. The general has become too strong. The party has become too strong. At home, I would not worry. There we can protect Lemitron. But here...
Yeah, maybe it'll work out. I've just persuaded the girl to go to Paris.
Paris? What good will that do, Race? Lemitron will follow her. No. We'll have to get him home. Oh, would the girl go to Nolonaco?
Well, you'll have to ask her. I won't. And I doubt it. She says she's never given Lemitron any encouragement at all.
I know. That seems so hopeless. Race, why don't you come with me to our villa? You know Lemitron, and he may respect your advice.
At least talk to him.
Good. Let us go at once.
It was only a short walk, not more than 5 minutes. And I stirred up my thinking to plan what I'd say to the general. But in front of the villa, I found myself with other problems in the shape of several shadowy figures that suddenly confronted us.
You are going somewhere, Ace?
Lepard,
Oui, Lepard.
would you mind getting out of my way?
You are forgetting something, Race. We have some unfinished business.
Later, Lepard. At the moment, I have other matters to take care of.
Now, Monsieur Race, and this time you will not run from me.
I spun as I came in, ramming a heel into his knee. He fell away, but then his companions came at us, making a wild, spinning affair, with Lepard and I again finding one another in the dark.
This time you will not get away. This time I am going to kill you.
He had his hands about my throat, and they were like bolt cutters. But I slammed a punch to his stomach, and another, and he let go. But then as he came in again, I drilled through his jaw. You all right, Sebastian?
Yes. Those war threats. I should have had this gun out sooner. What about your men?
I'd say he's in a thorough state of coma.
Then everything is satisfactory.
Maybe. Let's get inside. I have a feeling we better check with the general. Sebastian nodded, and we went into the villa. We had no trouble finding General Lemitron. He was in the living room, but in no condition to receive a visitor. The general lay face down on the carpet, a sprawled, grotesque figure. The general had been stabbed to death.
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
From the look of it, the general had been stabbed just as he came into the room. His hat, a soft Panama, lay a few feet from his head. The incongruous note was an electric razor that had been placed on the phone stand. I glanced at Sebastian. He stood immobile, staring down at his dead chief. He stood this way for a long time before he said anything, and when he spoke, he still kept his gaze on the quiet form lying at his feet.
So, they have done it. And all the time I have been afraid. I never really thought they would.
But let me make you a drink, Sebastian.
You will never know, Race, how much I worship this man.
Some of this brandy should help.
They murdered him because he became too popular with the people. He would have been our next president at the next election. You realize that, Race? It was a foregone conclusion.
Here, Sebastian. Take this drink.
You drink it, Race. The fire I need is already beginning to burn inside me.
What are you going to do?
I'm going home.
Set the country on fire, huh?
What do you expect? Think I'm going to let them get away with it?
You said you've got an election coming up. Why don't you let the people return the verdict? Through their ballots.
No. We will settle this now, when I take back Lemitron's body.
Yes. That'll do it, won't it? All you'd need to do would be to utter a cry. Avenge Lemitron. And the country's in for a bloody civil war. But nobody will be surprised, will they, Sebastian? You people have always done it that way, haven't you? An eye for an eye.
Yes, they have always done it that way. An eye for an eye. And that girl.
Now, wait a minute. You have no proof that Joan Venner had anything to do with this.
I don't need proof. She was the cause of his being here. That is enough.
I've got a warning for you, Sebastian. That girl must not be harmed.
Here, I take care of the woman for you, General. Then we go home.
He was standing there like a man in a trance, and I knew that nothing could be done with him. So I turned from him, left the villa, returned to the center of the city.
Race, what is it?
I must come in and talk to you.
At this hour? Oh, Race, you're insane.
No, I'm not insane, but Sebastian is. General Lemitron's been murdered, and Sebastian is blaming you.
Blaming me? All right, Race, you may come in.
Her hair was tousled from slumber, and her eyes were sleepy. She looked cuter than a chick in an Easter basket. So I took her in my arms, but only for a minute. This was a girl in danger.
What is it about Sebastian, Race?
He's always been a fanatic about Lemitron. Now he's gone mad.
But can you not realize that
You can't get that through to him now. I tried. He's in a fog of bitterness and hate. So I'm going to get you away from here. You're going to the Hotel Majestic. I was able to get a room for her next to the one Mark and I had. It was 3 o'clock by then. But when I tried to turn in, I found myself too restless to sleep. So I awakened Mark.
What goes?
That girl I went to see when I left here. She's in the next room. She might be in danger, so I want you to watch out for her.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to happen, but stay alert anyway, will you?
Yeah, sure. Where you going?
I don't know. I can't settle down. I thought I'd go out for half an hour. I'll be down at the bar at the Libre.
Okay. Have one for me while you're at it.
Hey, Race! Over here!
It was Ted Conley, his red hair a little on end from having a good time. With him was another American, a lad he introduced as Larry Charles.
I sure am glad to meet you, Race. We need a little company around here. Place has been dying on its feet.
Celebrating something?
I sure am. I'm celebrating the fact I'm about to become a BTO.
BTO?
Yeah, big-time operator.
He's dreaming big dreams, Race. Liquor does that to Larry every time.
Listen, boy, I'm a cinch, I tell you. Hey, what'll you have, Race? Hey, don't try none of this phony scotch. It'll cut your throat.
I'll have a Fina Low.
Huh?
Brandy and soda.
Oh, yeah. Hey, give the man a Fina... Hey, give the man a brandy and soda. Listen, Race, let me tell you about me. Know what I do for a living? I sell nitrates. Hey, that's a fancy name for fertilizer. Yeah, that's what I do. I sell nitrates all over Europe. Here's your Fina Low. Brandy and soda.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. I sell nitrates, but I got a competitor. A nice fella, but a competitor. 3 or 4 months ago, he beat me out on a big order. Millions of sacks of this stuff. I was feeling pretty bad. Toss that down, Rates. Have another one.
Oh, thanks. I'll...
You know what happened? Big country to the north all of a sudden wants a lot of nitrates. More than anybody can supply. Which sends the price way up. And here's my competitor all contracted up to deliver every bit he's got to Lanaco. But me, I ain't signed up to deliver nothing, you see. So I can deal with the big country up north at those very pretty prices.
No, I drink to your success.
Thanks, Race. Thanks a lot. Hey, you're drinking to a big operator, you know that? A big operator. Ain't it a shame, they don't have any bourbon around here? What I wouldn't do for a good glass... bartender, another brandy and soda for Mr. Race. Yeah, but you gotta listen to some more, Race. You ain't heard the funniest part of it.
Race!
You see,
Race,
we got this competitor.
Pardon us, Larry. What is it, Mark?
Look. Yeah, she's gone. I was lying awake like you said, but I must have dropped off, and I heard something. I went out in the hall, but I was too late. The door was open. She was gone.
Trouble, Race?
Plenty of trouble. Lovely girl in a jam. Through no fault of her own.
Well, let's get her out of it. Yeah, we'll help, won't we, Ted?
Of course. Well, that makes 4 of us, Race. We ought to be able to do something about it. We could find her.
No, I've got an idea where she might be. Come on. I guess it was Lemitron's villa. And that's where we found her, guarded by a couple of waterfront renegades.
Did we take them ourselves, or do I go out and get the other guys?
Now, we're here. We'll take them ourselves. You get the one on the chair. I'll take the lad with the cigarette. Let's go.
I got mine!
And I'll get mine!
Oh, brother. Nothing to it. I'm getting so I don't even need an end wrench.
Race, I had a feeling you'd come.
Oh, Joan, I hope you're all right.
If you just untie my
Hey, a
hands.
fine thing. You said you were just coming in to reconnoiter. Yeah, why'd you let me and Ted in on the phone?
I'm sorry, Larry. It seems simpler to do it this way.
What makes you think it's so simple, Ray?
It was Sebastian, standing in the doorway. And I knew what he meant. He had the glare of a fanatic in his eyes. He gripped a submachine gun in his hands.
Let me repeat my question. What makes you think it's so simple?
I see I was wrong.
And a man cannot afford to be wrong when he meddles in affairs that don't concern him. Can he, Race?
Sebastian, we've known each other for years. Be logical about this girl.
She was one of the causes of Lemitron's death. There were other causes, but she was one. So she is going to die. Is it that you wish to die with her, Race?
His mood was hair-trigger. A look in his finger was going to flame that Tommy gun into action. I sensed that its bullets wouldn't stop with Joan from there. I stood there, frozen, without a thought. And then, just a part of my glance took in the electric razor I'd seen before, the incongruous note. It was still on the phone stand, and it started gears meshing in my brain. I spoke to him again. Sebastian, this girl didn't have anything to do with Lemitron's death. And neither did any of your countrymen.
Now you're talking just to divert me.
No, I'm not. The answer, Sebastian, is nitrates.
Nitrates?
Your country contracted for heavy shipments of the stuff a few months ago. You remember?
Which means nothing to me.
It means everything. Since then, the price for nitrates has gone up tremendously. If the contract with your government could be broken, the seller stands to profit considerably by the increase in price. But it's hard to break a contract with a nation, isn't it, Sebastian? A civil war would do it, though, wouldn't it? Then the seller could refuse delivery. Do you see, Sebastian?
I see no proof. I see no killer.
You can turn your eyes on the proof. That electric razor on the phone stand. I'll gamble that there's your proof. Here, let me show you.
Hold it, Race. This is a trick.
No, it's no trick. General Lemitrin was a soldier, an engineer. An engineer is an orderly person. What would his razor be doing in this room unless someone else moved it here? Lemitrin couldn't have been using it. He'd just come in when he was murdered.
A lot of words, Race.
No, I've got it. I know it. The killer waited here for the general, waited a long time. He wandered about, hardly picked up the razor in the bathroom, and started to shave himself. But the general's arrival startled him, and he kept the razor in his hand when he came in here. Well, look, even the cord's still attached to it. I'm going to pick it up, Sebastian. I'm going to give you further proof.
All right. Pick it up. But any tricks and I turn this gun loose.
Now, Larry, you were saying plenty about nitrates this evening, remember?
Well, yeah, Race, I remember. What's that?
That competitor you mentioned, you were talking about Ted Conley, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, but...
Wait a second, Race. You can't pin this on me.
I think I can, Conley. I think I can. Here's your proof, Sebastian. Proof that Ted Conley was in this room today. The hairs inside this cutting mechanism. Some of them are gray, but the others indicate this razor has been used by a red-headed man.
Hey, Conley's gone.
Leave that to me. I'll get him.
Race, if I ever live through this night.
Oh, but you've got to live through it, baby. I've got plans for a lot of other nights. And all of them include you.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Lillian Baeff, Wilms Herbert, Jack Crucian, and Harry Lang. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this time next week for another dramatic chapter in the Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. Well, once again, or actually somewhat unusually, the strikingly beautiful woman didn't do it. A somewhat different outcome made possible by the murderer predictably returning to the scene of the crime and somewhat just kind of stumbling into it. Well, not one of the brightest guys around. Oh, that guy I'm wanting to murder is taking a long time getting here. Let me go ahead and practice my shaving. But be that as it may, that will do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow for Call the Police. And then on next Monday, will be another adventure of Frank Race. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. Today's episode, I have to be honest, I'm not certain the script trial is correct, even though it was announced as the next episode. Title, kind of think it had to have been changed. But anyway, the title of today's case, according to all the logs, is The Case of the Kidnapped Killer from June 10th, 1947. So enjoy.
Rinso presents Call the Police.
Attention, homicide section. Flying squad detail. Murder suspect in your zone. Close in Between you and the evil outside the law, between you and the housebreaker, the kidnapper, the murderer, stands the policeman of your community. He gives up his sleep that you may sleep unafraid. He gives up his safety that you may be safe. And if need be, he gives up his life to protect yours.
The Lever Brothers Company, makers of Triple Action Rinso, bring you Call the Police, starring Joseph Julian and Joan Tompkins. This new series of realistic radio dramas is inspired by the courageous work of police departments all over America. This is Commissioner Bill Grant. Every now and then a case comes along that makes me realize that the best way to outsmart a smart criminal is to let him outsmart himself. The case in point is number 96-42 in the Ashland police files. You might say that it really began the night Kid Coombs knocked out Felipe Gomez in the third round at the Arena Gardens. But the real trouble didn't get underway until next morning, when Linda Lee, hard, blonde, and expensive, walked into the office of Coombs' manager, tough tin horn by the name of Maury Fenton.
My name's Linda Lee, Mr. Fenton.
What about him?
Your boy knocked out Felipe Gomez in the third at the arena last night.
So where do you come in?
I'm Gomez's girl.
Oh. Too bad Gomez went down so early, huh?
He didn't mind too much.
No? Why not?
He got $1,500 for taking that dive.
Is that so? Who gave it to him?
You did, Mr. Fenton.
If you're hungry for trouble, Miss Lee, you came to the right place.
Sit still, Mr. Fenton. I don't care if Gomez wants to take it on the chin. It's his chin. I just don't think $1,500 was enough money for the act.
Somebody wants to know what you think. I deal with Gomez.
You'll deal with me. Gomez is an easy make.
And you're a tough tomato, isn't it?
Not as tough as some people. Not as tough, for instance, as Vic Barstow.
Vic Barstow?
Oh, you know the name, huh? You cost Vic Barstow $20,000 last night, Mr. Fenton.
Me?
Barstow had $20,000 on Gomez to win by a knockout. Do you know anything about Barstow, Mr. Fenton?
Enough.
He might resent it if he knew you paid Gomez to take a dive.
But he ain't gonna know, Miss Lee.
Certainly not. If you lay $5,000 on the line for me and Gomez.
Somebody is whistling through their teeth.
Well, if you won't listen to reason.
Where you going?
Give Vic Barstow a ring.
Miss Lee.
Yeah?
The weatherman says tomorrow's gonna be a nice day. I'd hate to see you and Gomez miss it.
It was an ugly deal from the word go, and it got steadily worse. Half an hour later, Vic Barstow was sitting in his penthouse suite in the Bancroft Plaza, having a few words with his wife.
What are you going to do, Vic? Eat your heart out? You lost the $20,000. Have a drink and forget it.
I don't like to lose, Lil, and I don't think I would have if it hadn't been for your little friend Gomez. He told me he was set to win that fight last night.
Anybody can guess wrong, Vic. Anyhow, he phoned all day yesterday while I was out. Maybe he was calling to get you to cancel your bet.
Maybe he was calling about something else.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, Lil.
Oh, Vic, please, don't be ridiculous. There's nothing between me and Gomez.
I'll get it. Hello? Barstow speaking.
How would you like to know the name of the man who paid Gomez to lay down in the fight last night, Mr. Barstow?
What? Say, who is this?
My name's Linda Lee. Would $5,000 be too much for a signed statement that it was a tin horn named Maury Fenton who paid Gomez to take a dive?
Are you trying to pull a gag on me?
Gomez has a furnished room at 122 Myrtle Street. Be there at 8 o'clock tonight with $5,000 in cash. And the gag will be on Fenton.
Shortly before 9, as I got the story later, Linda Lee went up to Gomez's room on Myrtle Street and laid out the deal. And Gomez was petrified.
Are you out of your mind, Linda? Fence will knock us both off for a cross like this.
Fenton's got to find us first. In 30 minutes, we'll be out of town with 5,000 brand new bucks. Come on, Felipe, be a smart boy. Sign this paper for Barstow. He'll be here in a few seconds.
Forget it.
You won't do it?
Not for a million.
Boy, you yellow punch.
Take it easy, you crazy bimbo. I'll tell you about my deal with Fenton for you to go around shooting your mouth.
Who cares why you told me? You told me. If you won't come along for the ride, I'll do business with Barstow on my own.
You think you will.
What's going to stop me? You hit me again, you lousy pug.
All right.
Gomez went down fast for that long count, the one that never ends. What happened in that room for the next 5 minutes was anybody's guess. Then there was a knock on the door, and in walked Barstow.
Gomez.
Take it easy, Mr. Barstow. We don't need the cops in here right away.
You shot him?
Don't be silly. Shots came from that open window there.
Is that so?
Yeah, there's a fire escape just outside.
Do you have any idea who it was killed him?
Not exactly, Mr. Barstow, but Maury Fenton said tonight he was going to. And I'm the little girl that heard him say it.
I didn't hear anything about the case until the next day. I got to headquarters late. As I walked into my office, who was sitting behind my desk with his feet up but my ever-loving sidekick, Sergeant Maggio.
Ah, good morning, Commissioner.
Don't let me disturb you, Maggio.
Oh, that's okay. I was just sitting here figuring what it must be like to be a police commissioner.
You don't have to figure, I'll tell you.
Yeah?
You remember one night out in the Pacific, we hit mortar fire, overhead bombing, and Jap guerrilla action all at once?
Sure, I remember that time.
Compared to this, that was duck soup.
Oh, what's happened now?
Oh, spent the morning with His Honor, the mayor.
He had a beef?
Did he ever not have a beef?
What's today's special?
Fight racket in this city. He's getting complaints from everything from the Ladies' Aid Society to the Boxing Commission.
Oh, then maybe you'll want to see her.
Maybe I want to see who?
The blonde who's in the waiting room?
What blonde?
Name's Lee. Linda Lee.
What would I want to see her for?
She's Felipe Gomez's girlfriend, Commissioner.
Gomez? He's one of the fighters the mayor's got his eye on. Tell her to come in, Maggio.
Okay. Commissioner wants to see you, Miss Lee.
I want to see him. Mr. Grant?
Sergeant Maggio tells me you're on close terms with Felipe Gomez, Miss Lee.
I was.
You're not anymore?
Well, it's hard to be on close terms with a dead man.
What's that?
Gomez was murdered.
When?
I don't know. I just found out about it a few minutes ago when I walked into his room.
But you were just out there, sitting, calmly wasting
I
time.
told that goon I wanted to see you.
Goon? Hey, now,
Take
wait
it
a
easy,
second.
Maggio.
Don't forget, take it easy. This job's going to be a snap.
What do you mean?
You know a fight manager named Maury Fenton?
Yes, the mayor's been telling me about him.
He's your boy.
Maury Fenton killed Gomez?
Yeah, he even told me he was going to.
Why?
He bribed Gomez to throw the fight last night. He was afraid Gomez was going to talk.
You'll say that in court?
That and some more.
Maggio,
Yeah, Commissioner?
get out of here and pick up Maury Fenton.
Okay.
He'll probably be up to his neck in alibis, but bring him in anyhow and hold him for questioning.
That's me, Commissioner.
Now then, Miss Lee, where's the body?
In a furnished room at 122 Myrtle Street.
Is that where Gomez lives?
Yeah, second floor rear. Good morning, Bill.
Oh, hello, Liddy.
Bill, Oh, busy?
Right now, it's murder.
Literally.
I'm afraid so. I'm driving over in a squad car to take a look at the scene of the crime.
Those squad cars are built for two, you know, Bill.
Sure. You remember the police department? Come on along. Oh, Miss Lee.
Yeah?
Stick around town for a while. We may want to talk to you some more.
This whistle means robbery at the First National Bank. But this whistle...
That's rinse so white and rinse so bright. And that's how I want my wash to be. Tops in whiteness and brightness. Rinso gets John's shirts so white they gleam. I'm terribly proud of them. And Rinso also helps keep my pretty washable colored things fresh and gay for ages.
Yes, ma'am. Trust Rinso's triple action formula for results. You see, Rinso's soapy rich base makes deep driving suds that get out stubborn dirt fast. Rinso's suds booster means heaps of suds, even in hard water. And Rinso's grease chaser goes after grease and grime, helps prevent yellowing of clothes, yet is easy on hands. So for a dazzling wash, a wash that's Rinso white and Rinso bright, ask for Rinso.
When Linda Lee walked into headquarters and announced that she found Felipe Gomez, the fighter, dead, Libby Tyler and I took a squad car over to Gomez's room. Doc Perkins, a couple of the boys from the fingerprint department, and a photographer gave the place the works. But when they'd left, I found they'd overlooked something.
What have you got there, Bill?
Something that ought to interest you, Libby. Found it jammed behind this mirror.
A woman's hat. Very smart.
Probably belongs to Linda Lee.
I don't think so, Bill.
She was Gomez's girl.
I know she was, but I saw Linda Lee, and she doesn't have this kind of taste.
No?
Oh. This is a subdued, conservative little hat. It doesn't fit at all with the apparent exhibitionism of her nature.
Psychology department at work, huh?
Well, after all, it's what I get paid for, Bill. Now, a hat like this is a very exclusive model. It's very likely the only one of its kind. Parisian.
Mm-hmm.
Probably made by... Oh, here we are.
What is it?
There's a tag inside. Made by the Madame shop for Mrs. Victor Barstow.
Vic Barstow. That was a name everybody knew who had ever been close to the fight racket in this town. Mrs. Barstow's hat in Gomez's room meant only one thing to me. She had found out that Felipe Gomez was young and dark and handsome. I told Libby I'd meet her back at headquarters, and I took a walk over to Barstow's suite in the Bancroft Plaza. When I showed Barstow the hat, he took it slow and easy, like a man who's learned that romance is no bargain.
My wife isn't in right now, Commissioner. She's out shopping.
For a new hat?
Could be.
You don't happen to know where she was last night, about 8 o'clock, do you?
No, why?
I'd just like to be sure she wasn't at Gomez's place, that's all.
You can be sure.
How would you know?
Because I was at Gomez's place.
What?
Didn't Linda Lee tell you?
No. She said she walked in and found the body this morning.
Oh, I see.
Come on, what's the story?
All right, Grant, I'll tell you. Miss Lee phoned me here yesterday and told me to be at Gomez's place at 8 o'clock sharp.
So?
When I walked in, Gomez was on the floor, full of bullets. And Miss Lee was standing over him.
Linda Lee, huh?
Yes.
I had an idea I was going to want to talk to her some more.
Yes, Commissioner?
Did you pick up Maury Fenton, Maggio?
Yeah, but I'm having trouble holding him.
Alibi?
Just like you said.
A good one?
The best. He was out of town last night.
Well, don't worry about it.
No?
No, I want you to get hold of Linda Lee and work fast. Send a couple of boys over to her hotel.
Check.
Give them 10 minutes to report back.
Check.
If she's not in her room, send out a general alarm.
You want her bad, don't you?
Check.
You think she's left town, Bill?
She would if she knew what I had on my mind, Libby.
You think she killed Gomez?
Right now, she's Exhibit A.
With a motive?
What's the matter with jealousy for a motive? Linda Lee was Gomez's girl, but he was also more than friends with Mrs. Barstow.
Yes.
Isn't that enough for a woman to commit murder?
Well, a jealousy motive is all right if she has a mercurially adjusted personality.
You don't say.
But a practical girl like Linda Lee is a totally objective expert.
Spare me the analysis of the criminology department, Libby. All I want to do is to locate Miss Lee. Yes?
Commissioner Grant?
Yes?
Linda Lee.
The objective extrovert herself, Libby. Glad to hear your voice, Miss Lee.
Why?
I've got men out looking for you.
For what?
I talked to Vic Barstow, and he says you didn't find Gomez's body this morning.
Didn't I?
No, you were in Gomez's room when he was shot around 8 o'clock last night.
Commissioner, I'm going to hold an auction.
An auction?
You heard me.
What's going on the block?
The name of Felipe
murderer.
Oh, I see.
You'll want to be in on it, won't you?
The police don't buy information, Miss Lee.
You want to bet or don't you?
What time?
6 o'clock.
Okay.
You'll be here?
You'll tell me where to be.
I'm the...
Miss Lee. Miss Lee.
What happened?
Miss Lee, where are you? I sat there yelling her name into the phone. And then I heard the receiver being placed back on the hook at the other end. And I sat there with a dead telephone in my hand and the murderer grinning at me at the other end of the connection.
Calling me, Commissioner?
I just had a call from the Lee woman, Maggio.
Yeah, where is she?
I don't know, but wherever she is, she was just shot.
What do you know? Maybe it was that...
Trace that call and let me hear as soon as you know where it came from.
Well, you can't always trace a call,
Well,
Commissioner.
make this one of the times you can.
You see, Bill, the objective extrovert type rarely commits murder out of jealousy.
You mean you were right?
Well, I didn't say that, Bill. I never say I told you so. But if Linda Lee is the murderer, then who fired those shots?
That is the big question.
When you're dealing with a jealousy motive, you see, you really ought to have a suspect who's a mercurially adjusted personality.
Hmm. How do you know we haven't got one?
What?
What do we know about Mrs. Barstow? Why are we only thinking in one direction?
What do you mean?
Mrs. Barstow was going with Gomez just as much as Linda Lee was. Why couldn't she have been the one who got jealous and killed them both?
I don't know.
Neither do I. But I'm going to find out.
Where are you going?
Back to the Bancroft Plaza. I want to see how fast Mrs. Victor Barstow can talk. Rinso White and Rinso Bright. Yes, it's results that count, and Rinso results are tough.
They certainly are. Why, just one look at a Rinso wash and you see the difference. Rinso gets white things absolutely dazzling white, and Rinso's so kind to washable colors. Look at this linen dress I'm wearing. I'd hate to say how many times I've washed it, and yet it's still a fresh, true blue.
Pretty as a picture, ma'am, and plenty good proof of Rinso's top results. Of course, the reason for those results is Rinso's triple action formula that gives you a special soapy rich base, an amazing suds booster, and a marvelous grease chaser. So ask for Rinso for a dazzling wash, a Rinso white wash with ease, a Rinso bright wash with safety. When I got to the Barstow suite in the Bancroft Plaza, I found Vic Barstow all alone.
What's on your mind this time, Commissioner?
Linda Lee has just been shot.
So?
I want to see your wife.
Why?
Because I think she may be the one who killed Linda Lee.
Oh, forget it, Grant. You're in the wrong pew.
I don't think so.
I know so.
Is there an explanation that goes with this?
You bet there is.
Well?
What time was Linda Lee shot?
An hour and 20 minutes ago. What about it?
Only this, Grant. I talked to my wife over the phone an hour and a half ago.
Where was she?
At the Yacht Landing Club.
Alibi, huh?
I'm afraid so. Now, let's have a drink.
What's the number of the Yacht Landing Club?
I told you, Grant. You're way off the beam.
What's the number of the Yacht Landing Club?
Can't you take my word for it?
No.
Grant.
Okay, Barstow, I'll find it for myself. He gave me the number before I could look it up. But he was worried as I dialed it. He let his head fall into his hands as a foreign voice at the other end of the wire said,
Yacht Club, good afternoon.
This is Police Commissioner Grant.
Ah, yes, Commissioner.
I want to speak to Mrs. Victor Barstow.
Mrs. Barstow?
Yes.
Oh, but Mrs. Barstow is not here.
What time did she leave?
Leave?
Yes.
Oh, there must be some mistake, Commissioner. Mrs. Barstow has not been here at all today.
Lying to the police can be a very expensive habit, Mr. Barstow.
All right. Arrest me.
Why did you tell me a cockeyed story like that?
It was a chance, Commissioner. Just a chance.
Of all the spots to pick, the Yacht Landing Club.
I picked it because it's 40 miles outside of town.
What does that mean?
Well, you said Linda Lee was shot an hour and 20 minutes ago. I figured that if I said I talked to my wife an hour and a half ago at the club, it would be a solid out for her. It would mean she couldn't have shot Miss Lee.
Why?
How could she get from the Yacht Landing Club to Gomez's rooming house in 10 minutes?
Oh. Mm-hmm. I see.
The truth is, I think she did kill them both. But I wanted to protect her. I love her, Grant. I can't help myself.
Now, just take it easy. But you need some fresh air. Come on, let's take a walk over to Gomez's place and have a look at Linda Lee's body. Barstow and I went up the stairs to the second floor. The door to Gomez's room was half open. I gave it a shove, and there was Linda Lee on the floor with 2 bullets in her, dead. Cops should be used to sights like that, but I guess I'm not.
Do they have to leave the body lying here like this, Grant?
That'll be tended to, Barstow.
How could Lil do this?
But you believe she did.
What choice have I got? Why, even the first time I asked her not to see Gomez, she was like a tiger.
She was really in love with him, huh?
She was infatuated with him. She went for him because he was slick and dark.
Well, the honeymoon's over now. Gomez is dead, and your wife is up for murder.
Well, you could say they both got what they deserved, huh?
You could, if you were a stickler for justice.
Hey, listen. Somebody's coming.
High heels.
Do you suppose it could be?
Come in, Mrs. Barstow.
What's happening here?
We've just been talking about you.
Victor. Victor, what are you doing here?
Take a look on the floor.
Who is it?
Linda Lee.
Your friend Gomez's girl.
Who killed her?
Didn't you?
Me.
Because she was Gomez's girlfriend? Because you were jealous?
No.
The same way you killed Gomez.
That's a lie.
All right, Miss Barstow, if that's a lie, what are you doing here?
Linda Lee phoned me this afternoon and said for me to be here at 6, Commissioner.
Yes?
Yes. She said something about holding an auction.
An auction?
I know it sounds strange, but it's true. I went by Commissioner Grant's office and told the Sergeant Maggio the whole story just before I came over here.
You can tell a police sergeant anything you dream up, Lil.
You've got to believe me.
But we don't.
Speak for yourself, Barstow. What? I believe her. I got the same phone call from Miss Lee. She was going to try to sell the name of Gomez's murderer.
Gomez's murderer?
Interesting, huh, Barstow? Which reminds me, I've got to call headquarters.
Headquarters?
Yes, I have to tell them where they can find Linda Lee's body.
What?
I know it comes as a shock to you, Barstow, but nobody had any idea where Linda's body was until you told me a few minutes ago at your hotel.
What are you talking about?
You said you picked the Yacht Landing Club because it would be impossible to get from there to Gomez's place in 10 minutes. You see, you slipped when you mentioned Gomez's place. Because you were the only person in the world who knew Linda had been shot in this room.
Now, wait a minute.
It was a simple mistake. You were sure somebody had heard those 2 shots when you killed Linda, and you took it for granted they'd sent for the police long ago. But unfortunately, Barstow, nobody did hear those shots, and therefore nobody called the police.
Put down that phone.
Victor.
Wait a minute now, Barstow.
Put it down. I don't like to lose, Commissioner. I killed Gomez because he was taking my wife away from me. And in my book, a man's got that right.
Has a man also the right to shoot Linda Lee? What was she taking away from you?
Linda Lee was here the night I shot Gomez from the fire escape. She saw me. She was going to help me throw the blame on Fenton for a price.
And then she made the price too high?
You guessed it. I wouldn't pay. And she was going to sell me out to the highest bidder.
So you shot her?
You can see for yourself.
Oh, Victor.
Don't give me that. What's here is on your head. You were my wife, Lil, and you were running around with Gomez.
You're not the first man who ever got to run around, Barstow. Why didn't you bow out?
I told you. I don't like to lose. And I'm not going to let you two keep me from winning either.
It's going to take more than another murder to keep you from losing now.
Nobody else has anything on me, Commissioner, except you two. And without drawing any straws, you're first.
No. No!
Go ahead, yell. Only remember, nobody heard the shot the last time, and I don't think they'll hear these. So take a last look around, Commissioner. Because this is it.
Commissioner.
Maggio.
Are you hurt, Commissioner?
Oh, I'm okay.
Well, I gave Mrs. Barstow a trail after she left headquarters, and it looks like a good thing I did.
I always thought you were beautiful, Maggio. But believe me, you never looked lovelier. Dance, Libby?
Oh, I'd love to, Bill. But there's somebody coming over to our table.
Oh, Mrs. Barstow.
Grant, I realize that I'm partly to blame for everything that's happened, but I did want to thank you for all you did.
Oh, forget it. Being a policeman is my business.
You're very clever, Commissioner. Dick didn't fool you for a minute by pretending to be shielding me with that yacht club alibi, did he?
Well, that was pretty transparent stuff, Mrs. Barstow. He was trying to look like a loving husband so he could put the blame on you.
I know. Anyway, thanks again, Commissioner.
Goodbye, Miss Barstow.
Bye.
Attractive, isn't she, Libby?
Do you think so? Looks a little worn to me.
But she dresses smartly. You said so yourself.
Probably has nothing on her mind but clothes and men.
More coffee, Libby?
Thank you.
Libby,
Yes?
what was that type that you said could get jealous enough to kill?
A person with a maturely adjusted personality. Why?
Oh, nothing. Except this is the first time I ever poured coffee for a young lady whose personality is mercurially adjusted.
Commissioner Bill Grant will be back in just a moment with the Lever Brothers Police Plaque of Valor, this week presented to a detective sergeant whose keen observation and untiring pursuance of duty resulted in the arrest of a vicious killer. But first...
Phew, my wash looked like a mountain this week. Sheets, tablecloths, napkins, play clothes, shirts, towels, dresses. It seems there's twice as much in summer. But I should worry. I've got my good washer and rinso.
That's the perfect combination, lady. A good washer and rinso. And that's not just my opinion either. You know, the makers of 33 leading washers unanimously recommend rinso for top results. So go along with experts, lady. Choose Rinso, the soap with the triple action formula. Remember, Rinso gives a dazzling wash. A wash that's Rinso white and Rinso bright. Keep on asking for Rinso.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Commissioner Bill Grant. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to present the Lever Brothers Plaque of Valor this week to Detective Sergeant Martin H. Nee of the Police Force of Greenwich, Connecticut. Detective Nee was selected by Chief Peter J. Sicardi, lifetime member of the Executive Board of the International Association of Chiefs of Police. On July the 6th, 1940, Michael Porco was found dead in his rented room in Greenwich, Connecticut. Autopsy revealed that death had been caused by a hemorrhage of the brain, a result of a severe beating. In spite of a thorough search, the only police clue revealed was a battered woman's hat. With this single clue, Detective Nee was finally able, after long and painstaking investigation, to place under arrest Mary Taraka, who purchased the hat, and her common-law husband, Robert Ryan. Ryan was later found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to state penitentiary. So to Detective Martin H. Nee goes $100 and this week's Lever Brothers Plaque of Valor for his unfailing effort to protect the people of your community.
I never realized why Pete only danced with me once until I overheard that awful whisper.
Don't dance with her. You know, B.O. The way to stop those whispers is to take a daily bath with Lifebuoy. Lifebuoy is the only soap especially made to stop B.O. What's more, scientific tests prove that a daily bath with Lifebuoy helps build up increasingly better protection against B.O. Play safe. Bathe with Lifebuoy. You don't want people to whisper, B.O. Get Lifebuoy.
Be sure to be with us next Tuesday night when Lever Brothers Company, makers of Rinso, bring you another exciting, realistic police case. Listen next week to...
The case of a violent vegetable.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Welcome back. Well, Libby's psychology turns out to be correct for once, though it doesn't provide the final clue to the case. I'm wondering if anyone possibly missed that solution. We didn't know at all where the body was and said, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and just hand myself to you on a silver platter. Somewhat remarkable, but we will go with that as the solution to this particular case. And we'll be back tomorrow with Let George Do It. And then join us a week from today. We will bring you a third episode of Call the Police. In the meanwhile, send your comments to box 13 at greatdetectives.net. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for all your support. Now we're going to get into today's episode of Let George Do It. This one is called The Greystone Ghost.
This danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you've got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. In just a moment, we'll begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine. Right now, let's talk about a spring tonic for that car of yours. Heavy-duty RPM motor oil, the oil that we said would double engine life between major overhauls due to lubrication. Heavy-duty RPM was developed through a series of grueling laboratory and road tests, which even utilized atomic energy. Now, here's added evidence of heavy-duty RPM's superiority. A cab company, operating in the tough grind all cabs go through, found heavy-duty RPM actually reduced engine wear 71%, more than doubling engine life. So why take chances with your car when you can get the protection of heavy-duty RPM motor oil at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. The Greystone Ghost, another adventure of George Valentine.
Who's that? What is it? I'll be right... Oh, no. No, Garrett, it isn't you out there. It can't be. You're dead. I must be dreaming, Garrett. I must be. I'll open the window. Where are you, Garrett? You were there just a moment ago. But you weren't there, were you? You're dead, aren't you, Garrett? You couldn't. You just couldn't. Oh. George, this is the strangest letter I've ever read.
Oh, sure, we get some strange ones. What's it say?
Dear Mr. Valentine, will you please be my guest at Greystone for a few days? I'm prepared to pay whatever you ask for your services. Your work will be to rid me of a ghost that I'm sure isn't a ghost at all.
Huh?
When you arrive, please call from the telephone at the gatekeeper's lodge, as you won't be able to get across the moat until I lower the drawbridge. Signed, Amanda Gray.
Hey, how about that? Down comes the drawbridge. It excites the imagination.
Personally, I think our plan is a little bit nutty.
Oh, Brooks, you have no imagination. The bridge over the moat is down. We enter the palace.
It certainly looks like one.
Mr. Valentine?
Yes, Mrs. Gray. Coming right in.
George,
Yeah, Brooksy?
suppose she fills the bridge back up. How do we get out of here?
We'll face that problem when we come to it. Mrs. Gray, this is Miss Brooks, my assistant.
Oh, how do you do?
My dear, I'm happy to have you both
Amanda?
here. Yes, Dwight.
Amanda, I think we've finished all of our business for today, so... Oh, you have guests.
Yes, of course, Dwight. I want you to meet Mr. Valentine and Miss Brooks. Mr. Dwight Owen, my attorney.
How do you do?
How do you
Hello.
do?
He's come out to help me, Dwight. He's going to help find out about these things.
Oh, yes. Well, I certainly hope you can, Valentine. Amanda is pretty upset about the whole thing.
I hope I can, too, Mr. Owen. I just don't happen to know what my job is yet.
Oh, well, of course you don't. If you'll excuse me. Goodbye, Amanda. I'll see you in a few.
Yes, Dwight. Now, if you two will step in a little farther. That's it.
All right.
Come in the study, please. We can talk better there. I expect you think I'm completely crazy, don't you?
Why, no, Mr.
I
Gray.
wouldn't blame you if you did. Woman living in a house with a moat around it, this day and age.
Well, there must be a reason for that.
Of course there is. Sit down, won't you?
Oh,
Thank
sure,
you. My husband was an architect. His name was Garrett Gray.
Oh, yes, I've heard of him.
He was an authority on Old English architecture. He loved it. That's why he built this house. It was a showplace.
I can see that it was.
The bridge over the moat was seldom raised before his death. But since then, things have happened that made it quite necessary.
I see. Would you tell us exactly what has happened, Mrs. Gray?
Certainly. My husband died a month ago. Just 2 weeks ago, I was awakened to see his face in my bedroom window.
You did?
Of course I didn't. I told you my husband is dead. I saw him buried.
Well, then how do you account for the...
Seeing his face? It's quite simple. Some years ago, a sculptor friend of Garrett's did a bust of him.
Yes?
The next morning, after my apparition, I found the bust on the ground outside my bedroom window.
Oh, some practical joker, I suppose. They seldom have any regard for personal feelings.
I know, but my practical joker must have had extraordinary powers, Mr. Valentine. The house was completely locked. The bust was in this room.
Oh, I see. Well, who lives here besides yourself, Mrs. Gray?
Oh, just my niece and nephew, Ronald and Sylvia Gray. They're really my husband's niece and nephew. Of course, there's Stevens. He's the butler.
Mrs. Gray, is that when you began raising that bridge over the moat?
No. Not until after the second thing happened.
What was that?
A large portrait of my husband disappeared over the mantel in the living room one night. I searched everywhere for it.
Did you tell your niece and nephew about it?
Of course, and Stevens, too. They were all as amazed as I. The next day, it was in place again.
Yeah. Well, Mrs. Gray, I still think something...
blood stains on it.
Oh. And there were no signs that any of your household had been hurt?
None at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing seems certain, Mrs. Gray. Somebody's trying to get you to move.
George, what was that?
I don't know. It sounded like an explosion of some kind. Stay here with Mrs. Gray, Brooksy. I'm going to see what this is all about. Oh, hello.
Well, who are you and what do you want?
I just happen to be a guest of Mrs. Gray. Valentine's the name. I imagine you're Stevens.
Why, yes, sir.
Well, what happened back there?
I was just going to tell Mrs. Gray about it. There was an explosion in the kitchen.
Well, come on back. We'll have a look.
Yes, but I must tell Mrs. Gray.
She knows. Come on. Where's the kitchen?
Right through this door, sir.
Good. Oh, well, yeah. Messed up that corner pretty well, didn't it?
Yes, sir. I was in my room, the first one down the hall, and it practically threw me out of my chair.
Dynamite, I'd say, with the smell of it. And the burned-out fuse. The wire running right out here. Come on, Stevens. Let's follow this wire out the back door and see where it goes.
Very well. But I feel very uncomfortable about this whole business, sir. Things have been happening.
Well, that's why I'm here.
I think there is a ghost around here, Mr. Valentine.
I think there's a live ghost around here, Stevens. A pretty clever live ghost, too. Here, take a look at this.
What? Why, that is my alarm clock. It disappeared yesterday, very mysteriously,
And it's all rigged up to spark that fuse at exactly this hour. The job was a little amateurish, but it worked. Didn't it, Stevens?
Yes, sir. It did. But what I want to know is who could have done it.
That's what I want to know, too. So come on, let's find out.
You mean you have a way of knowing?
Not sure. I just don't like all these things happening to my friend, Mrs. Gray.
Well, naturally. Neither do I, sir.
All right, then do something for me.
What, sir?
Get the niece and nephew, Sylvia and Ronald, and come to the den with them as soon as possible. I'd like to have a little conference.
Amanda?
Yes, Sylvia.
Well, Stephen says there's a man here who wants to see us.
That's right, my dear. Come in.
All three of us, Aunt Amanda?
Certainly. Mr. Valentine, this is my niece, Sylvia, my nephew, Ronald. And you've met Stephen.
Yes, that's right. How do you
do?
And Miss Brooks.
How do you do?
How do you do?
We're here as your aunt's guests, but we're also here to help her get rid of a live ghost.
Mr. Valentine, I don't like to say this, but isn't it possible that... Forgive me, Aunt Amanda. I don't want to hurt you.
That's all right, my dear. You mean that perhaps I've been imagining things.
That's possible, isn't it? I feel just as Sylvia does.
Neither one of you, or Stevens here, saw the face in the window, of course. But you knew about the portrait being missing.
I must make a confession about the portrait, Mr. Valentine.
Oh?
After Mrs. Gray told me about it, I made a thorough search of the house. I found it in a storeroom and put it back where it belonged.
With the bloodstains on it?
I expect I shall lose my position anyway, so I may as well say it. Did you notice the bandage on Mrs. Gray's finger?
Oh, no, I guess I didn't. But we've got another thing to think about. Ronald, Sylvia, didn't you hear the explosion a few minutes ago?
Well, I didn't. I was asleep.
I heard it, of course. It sounded like a car backfiring to me.
Okay, then. Just want to ask you one thing. Don't you all think Mrs. Gray should move out of this house?
I do. If she doesn't, something really bad might happen to her.
Well, I don't. If somebody is trying to make her move for some reason, you can find out who it is. Can't you, Mr. Valentine?
Yes, Sylvia. I think he can.
How about you, Stevens?
I happen to have one theory, Mr. Valentine. I don't agree with what I'm sure you are thinking, if I may say so. I don't think this is an inside job.
Oh, you don't, huh?
And for one, I am happy to have you here. I just hope nothing bad happens to you, too.
Very nicely spoken, Stevens. All right, if you'll show Miss Brooks and me to our rooms, we'll freshen up for dinner. And tomorrow? Well, tomorrow we'll see what happens.
Who is it? Who's that? What do you want in my room? I can see you moving. I warn you, I have a gun. Go away or I'll shoot. Leave this room. Don't come any closer. I've killed it. Mr. Valentine! Mr. Valentine! Mr. Valentine!
Gray, I heard a shot. What was it? What happened?
Mr. Valentine is in my room. On the floor. I think I've killed somebody.
In just a moment, we'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. Take that moment, if you will, to think back over the past year. How many times in the last 12 months have you had battery trouble? Did you know that American motorists have to call for emergency service because of battery failures more than 10 million times a year? Yet most of these failures need never happen. Don't wait for trouble to come to you. Have your battery checked. If it's just plain tired out, plan now to get a new Atlas heavy-duty battery. Atlas is the battery that's packed with power to give you good, fast starting and also supply power for your radio, heater, or other accessories. Remember that you're probably going to be doing a lot of driving during the warm weather ahead. That's one good reason for having the secure feeling of a rugged, dependable Atlas battery under the hood. Atlas batteries are backed by a written warranty that's honored by more than 38,000 Atlas dealers from coast to coast, and in Canada, too. So you know that no matter where you drive, your Atlas battery will be well taken care of. And if a replacement should be necessary, any one of those 38,000 dealers is authorized to honor your warranty. Yes, you can help to avoid being among those motorists who will have to call for battery service 10 million times this year. Just drive in soon and ask to see the new Atlas battery. Budget terms are available, and you can also use your Chevron National Credit Card to make your purchase at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. back to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. You're sent for by the widow of a well-known architect to help her dispose of a ghost that isn't a ghost. You can see nothing supernatural in the face at the window, the disappearing portrait, or the crude bomb. Someone is obviously trying to frighten your client out of this strange house that is surrounded by a moat. If your name is George Valentine, you suspect that Amanda Gray has solved the case herself by shooting a nocturnal prowler in her room. And as you hurry with her along the hallway...
It was a figure, Mr. Valentine, all in white like a ghost. It opened the door and came into my room. I shot, and it fell on the floor.
All right, now, we'll find out.
George, where are you?
Down the hall here, Brooksy. This is your room, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, now, where's the light switch?
It's right here.
Good. Now, where did you see this? Oh.
But there was someone. I know it. Are you all right, Mrs. Gray? Yes, but...
Your ghost left its white sheet all right, Mrs. Gray. But I'm afraid your aim wasn't so good. He or she has climbed out of the shroud and left.
But I shot right at it and it fell on the floor.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's see your gun.
Yes, it's here on my table.
Something sounds pretty phony about this. Yeah, here's the answer, all right. You're sure this gun was properly loaded, Mrs. Gray?
Yes, the man loaded it for me in the store.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm afraid something has happened in the meantime.
George, what do you mean?
Mrs. Gray didn't kill anybody, Brooksy. She couldn't. Because this gun is loaded with blank cartridges.
With blanks? Well, that couldn't be, Mr. Valentine. I saw him put in the real bullet.
Oh, I'm sure he did. But someone else decided it would be safer this way.
Somebody in this house, George?
Well, it's pretty obvious. Anyone coming in from outside would have to swim across the moat. I don't see any signs of water around here. The sheet is perfectly dry.
Mrs. Gray. Mrs. Gray, I heard a commotion. Is anything wrong?
Well, Stevens, you're quite well dressed for the middle of the night.
I came as quickly as I could, and if you're trying to accuse me of something...
Here comes Sylvia, George.
Yeah, gathering of the clan. Just one more party to be heard from now.
What's the matter? Why are you all here in Aunt Amanda's room?
Your aunt just shot a ghost, Sylvia.
She what?
Yeah. What's that you said, Valentine?
You heard me, Ronald. Pretty frightful experience for your aunt. For all of you, in fact. Imagine, a ghost in the house.
But that's nonsense. There's no such thing.
As a real live ghost, I think there is. I wonder if any of you would like to try on this sheet, just for size.
Oh, Mr. Valentine, I realize you're trying to help me, but now you're casting suspicions on Sylvia and Ronald and Stevens. They wouldn't do anything like this.
No, I suppose not. All right, we've had our little excitement for tonight. Suppose you all go back to your rooms, huh? I'd like to ask a few questions of Mrs. Gray.
What are you thinking, George?
Oh, I was just trying to go along with Stevens' theory for a moment. You know that this isn't an inside job, as he so quaintly puts it.
But that isn't possible, is it?
Oh, I don't know. Mrs. Gray, your husband left a will, I suppose.
Why, of course.
Well, then tell me, was there any provision that someone else would get the house if you moved out of it?
Oh, no, nothing like that. He left everything to me outright, just with the provision that I take care of his niece and nephew, see that they had a home.
Uh-huh. Well, that blasts another theory.
My husband left a holographic will, wrote it himself, you know. No one had ever seen it. It was sealed and in the safe at our attorney's.
But a holographic will isn't unusual, is it, George?
That part wasn't unusual, no. Just one paragraph in it. I've never found out what it meant.
Well, what was it?
It said something like, "My beloved Amanda, there is more fortune that I leave you. It is in Greystone, and you alone will know the key to finding it. Just remember how well we loved Pennsylvania, and remember my work. This treasure is for you and you only."
Well, what did it mean?
I haven't the least idea. I've never been able to figure it out.
May I see the will?
Well, certainly, but not tonight. Our attorney, Dwight Owen, you met him this afternoon. He has it.
I remember, yes. Well, tell me, how many people know about this?
Just the people to whom he left something. Sylvia and Ronald, Stevens, his secretary, Mr. Carver, and myself. Dwight had us all together when he read it.
The same people keep cropping up, don't they, George?
Yeah, with one exception. Well, what about the secretary Carver? Where is he now?
He's living in town. Works for another architect, I believe.
Uh-huh. Got his address?
Yes, I'll get it for you.
Good. And I'd like to see the exact wording of that clause in the will. Do you suppose you could have Mr. Owen bring it out here tomorrow morning?
Of course, but I think I've quoted it almost word for word.
I'm sure you have. But sometimes just one little word makes a difference.
Very well. I'll call Dwight first thing in the morning.
Angel, in the study.
Oh, George, something else has happened.
Yeah, what?
Mrs. Gray and I just went in the morning room together.
So?
And the place is a mess, darling. An old Hutch cabinet has just been pried apart. An early American chair. The cushion was ripped to bits.
Can it be, Mr. Valentine? I can't understand.
Well, I think I can, Mrs. Gray. It's probably our fault. Because we're here, I mean. Those early American pieces might be from Pennsylvania, I suppose.
I suppose so.
Well, at least it's a good try. They might be.
Well, what are you talking about, George?
Well, just that with us in the house to check up on what's going on, somebody's getting frantic to find the answer first.
Well, here's the will, Amanda, as you asked. I don't quite understand, though. We've been over it many times.
Yes, Dwight, I know. I wanted Mr. Valentine to see it.
Oh, that's it. Well, here you are, Valentine.
Okay, thanks. I suppose we could save a little time here. I'm just interested in one clause.
Oh, the Pennsylvania thing.
That's right.
So that's why you got these people out here about it.
No, Dwight. Actually, it isn't.
Let me show you. Let's see. It's, here we are. Right here.
Well, thanks. My beloved Amanda, there is more fortune that I leave you. It is in Greystone, and you alone will know the key to finding it. Just remember how well we love the state of Pennsylvania and what it symbolizes. And remember what I did about it in my work. This treasure is for you and you only.
Now, Valentine, I must tell you, and I hope you'll forgive me, Amanda, that Garrett Gray was a little eccentric about things.
And, also a pretty good architect.
Oh, one of the best.
Uh-huh. By the way, Mr. Owen, did you know Mr. Gray's secretary, Carver, quite well?
Why, yes, he's a nice sort of fellow. Any reason for your asking that?
Oh, no, none at all. I'm just interested in everybody Mr. Gray mentioned in his will.
Yes, of course, I see.
Mrs. Gray,
Yes, Mr. Valentine.
I'm going to look up Miss Brooks, and then would you mind lowering the bridge over the moat for us?
You're not going to be here for lunch. It's almost ready.
No, I'm sorry. I have some business of my own to take care of in town. We'll be back later, though.
I see. You'll stay, won't you, Dwight?
Oh, certainly, Amanda. I'd love to.
I hope you will come back, Mr. Valentine, in spite of everything that's happened.
Mrs. Gray, you don't have to worry about that. And when I get back, we'll have an answer to this thing.
George, I'm sure you know what you're doing.
I think so, Brooksy.
Well, I don't.
Well, you see, we're up against a paradox. Nobody inside Greystone seemed to be guilty of those stunts, and nobody from outside could get in.
That's a paradox, all right.
One fact or the other had to be wrong, and I figured it must be the second.
You mean that somebody could get in some way?
Sure. Then I remembered seeing a pile of planks outside the house on the far side of the moat.
The ones you looked at when we came out?
Yeah, that's right. That's when I knew I was right. After dark, it wouldn't be hard to throw one of those planks across the moat and get in the house.
You'd have a hard time proving that, wouldn't you?
I don't think so. One of the planks had quite a lot of dried blood on it. Somebody'd hurt himself on a rough edge.
So?
So, don't forget, there was also blood on that portrait that disappeared and then showed up again.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, where are we going now?
Make a call in town. With just a little more evidence, we can tell Mrs. Gray who's trying to run her out of her house.
There doesn't seem to be anyone in the apartment, George.
Oh, no, that's fine. Much easier to find what I'm looking for.
But suppose he comes in and finds us here. He could have us arrested.
Gotta take that chance, Angel. We're gonna like this thing. Yeah, we've got it. Go on in, Angel. But stay right there by the door. Call out if anyone comes.
Yes, all right, darling. But please be careful.
No. Why would anybody be liable to... Well, I'll try this. No soap there. Desk, maybe. Yeah, I thought so.
Please hurry, George. I'm frightened.
Be right with you, Angel. I struck pay dirt.
You found something?
Sure, take a look at this.
Those are cartridges.
That's right. A box partly full of blanks, plus some real shells. Angel, it looks as though we have this deal pretty well pinned down.
Well, what's next? After we get out of this place, I mean.
A fast telephone call to our client, and then a little later we'll go back out to Greystone and start some fireworks. All right, right, Mrs. Gray? You've got everybody in the study there?
All except Mr. Carver. I called several numbers after I talked to you on the phone, but couldn't find him.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I'd like to have had him here. Well, let's get on with it anyway. Come on in, Brooksy.
Yes, I'm coming, George.
You really found something, Mr. Valentine.
I'm sure of it, Mrs. Gray. Well, hello there.
Yes, it's about time, I should think.
Well, I wanted you all here so I could put your minds at rest about these strange happenings out here.
You mean you found out?
Yes, I believe we have, Cynthia.
Well, then what is it? Come on, Valentine, tell us.
You sure you want me to, Owen?
I don't know what you mean.
You see, when we first met yesterday, I didn't notice that your left hand is bandaged. The one that you heard on those boards across the moat.
You're making an accusation.
That's right. It would have been the same night the portrait of Mr. Gray reappeared with blood on it.
Mr. Valentine, you can't be saying...
I'm afraid I am, Mrs. Gray. You see how when I took the liberty of looking around your apartment this afternoon, and I came across these.
Oh, you meddling young fool.
They're bullets.
Bullets that were taken out of your aunt's gun. The rest are blanks, just like the ones that replaced them.
Dwight, I can't believe it. You, of all people.
I don't know what you can do to him, of course. Get him for prowling, I suppose. Maybe for trying to frighten you to death so he could have time to search the house for more treasure. Possibly we can have him disbarred. At least I'm sure he won't be your attorney any longer.
But, George, you still haven't found what's hidden here in the house.
Oh, we'll find it now, all right. Mrs. Gray, if you'll call in a couple of stonemasons as soon as possible, I think we can remove this temptation.
If you're missing something in driving pleasure, if a sputtering motor has you hugging the side of the road, here's a suggestion. Before you spend any money for engine repairs, try a tank full of Chevron Supreme, the balanced gasoline. Chevron Supreme gives you all 8 high-performance qualities. Quick starting, fast warm-up, smooth acceleration, vapor lock prevention, anti-knock, full power, economy mileage, and area blending. Get top all-around performances from your car. Drive in and fill her up with Chevron Supreme gasoline at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car.
George.
Yeah, Angel?
Why are you having those men tear down that stone arch over the front door?
Yes, Mr. Valentine, I'm willing to do what you say.
Well, I finally figured out that clause in your husband's will, Mrs. Gray.
Oh?
The state of Pennsylvania and his work. Now, how did they fit together? Simple. His work was architecture. Pennsylvania is the Keystone State.
George, you figured that out.
And the Keystone is one of the important parts of architecture. There's only one in this house.
Why, I should have thought of that.
Probably Owen would have liked to also. Oh, there, looks like they've gone into it. It was apparently hollow, all right.
Adamanda.
Yes, Ronald, what is it?
That keystone was hollow, just as Valentine thought it would be.
But is there anything?
Of course, it's packed with currency. Big bills. Come on, come and see.
Yes, I'm coming, Ronald.
Well, Angel, I guess we've got rid of Mrs. Gray's ghost for her. Nothing more for him to look for.
George, do you know what I'd like?
No, what?
A house just like this one.
Oh?
With a moat around it. And you could hide something in the Keystone for me.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Angel. I'm still alive, you know.
Oh? Prove it.
Yeah. Come on, Brooksy, let's go eat.
Tonight's adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by Lloyd London and directed by Kenneth Webb. Jean Bates was heard as Amanda, Larry Dobkin as Owen, Harley Bear as Stevens, Jack Lloyd as Ronald, and Jean Tatum as Sylvia. The music was composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter, your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
And welcome back. Another solution successfully brought about by George Valentine, an illustration of an answer I gave. I'm part of, if you're on Facebook, they have a group called Old Time Radio Lovers, and they post a lot of links and questions and just great old time radio discussion. There's 1,697 members currently, so a little less than our Great Detectives group, but a lot of discussion. And they ask a question, you suspect your business partner of some dirty dealing. What Golden Age radio detective would you hire to get to the bottom of this, and why? I actually answered George Valentine. He seems to get the best results. Now, I know some folks take a question like that as like, who is the coolest detective around? But I tend to look at it as who's actually going to be able to solve the problem. That, I think, is a big challenge. George Valentine tended to get the best results. He has some clients die on him, and he has some cases that escalate to murder, but he seems to have a lower percentage than the others. So, some people said Pat Novak for hire and Pete Kelly. Wow. Those guys don't tend to get the best results, even though they're interesting to listen to. I'd probably rather listen to Pat Novak, but I'd rather hire George Valentine. Well, anyway, we do have a comment. This one comes off of Podcast Alley. I love to listen to the great detective stories. They are very interesting. My faves are Pat Novak and Let George Do It. Did anyone ever consider doing a TV series for Novak? My answer is sort of. There were actually a series of 3 movies that were that actually could have been, and were basically said they could be packaged as movies or they could be practiced as a TV episode pilot. And it starred Hugh Beaumont, better known as Ward Cleaver, as Dennis O'Brien. And these episodes are often identified as being Pat Novak for hire stories. But they're not. The writer on those particular stories was Herbert Margolis. Margolis was a writer for Johnny Madero, which, if you've been with us a long time, Johnny Madero was a show, it was done by Mutual. Jack Webb starred in it, and what they did is they basically ripped off Jack Webb's earlier show, Pat Novak for Hire. ABC complained. They made a few changes, but if you listen to it, it's pretty close in tone. But the big difference, of course, was Herb Margolis did the writing on Johnny Madero, but Pat Novak was really the brainchild of Richard Breen, who had no involvement with, in terms of officially, with the Johnny Madero series. And so if you read the synopsises, like Pier 23, they did a series of 3 of these that were adapted to the radio show, and you see that these are actually the synopsises of Johnny Madero episodes, not Pat Novak episodes. So the answer is it was tried in terms of the Johnny Madero copy. The film producers is very low budget, so I've not watched them, and they tend to be in kind of some odd and hard to get sets. And from the reviews, I'm not certain they would be worth the money and effort to get. So I hope that answered your question, and I'm glad you're listening out there. Now, I should mention those movies really quick. The titles are Danger Zone, Roaring City, and Pier 23. All right, well, we'll see you on Thursday with Sherlock Holmes, and join us back here on Wednesday for another episode of Let George Do It. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I want to especially thank Michael for his support. And now we're going to get into today's episode of Sherlock Holmes. This one is called Murder on a Wager.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft clothes for men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast present Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's immortal character, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week's story, Murder on a Wager.
There's the dead body, Holmes, washed up on the beach.
Yes, Watson.
Obviously drowned, I should say.
Yes, quite. Yet the death is not as simple as it would seem, Watson. I should say our two visitors to Monte Carlo, our two brilliant criminals, have concocted a special brew for me. I should say, quick, behind that tree.
What do you see?
A shadow with a gun. Get down, Watson!
I'm sure you've overheard people say, "Who is that handsome man?" Well, now, of course, everybody can't be handsome, but every man can look his very best, and it does not cost you a lot of money. The secret is this. Get a perfectly styled Clippercraft suit and topcoat, and you're the best-dressed man in any group. A Clippercraft all-worsted suit in smart spring patterns at only $45 makes your shoulders look broader, your waist trimmer, gives you that tapered-down athletic appearance, makes you feel important. And then topped off with a beautiful all-wool covert cloth or gabardine Clippercraft topcoat at $42.50. Well, people will say, "Who is that handsome man?" Clippercraft clothes look like they should cost much more, and they would too, except that more than 1,200 independent merchants have pooled their tremendous buying power to make Clippercraft's low prices possible. Compare Clippercraft yourself with clothes costing many dollars more. Dr. Watson, you've titled this evening's adventure, Murder on a Wager. But who would commit such a murder?
It does seem an extraordinary motivation, doesn't it, Mr. Harris? Well, it was a summer evening in the late 1890s. We were at our flat at 221B Baker Street. We had a call.
You represent the bank at Monte Carlo, Monsieur Guillaume?
I do, Monsieur Holmes. Most remarkable spot, Monte Carlo. I'm terribly curious to know what prompts this visit, Mr. Guillaume.
I am extending an invitation to you, Dr. Watson, and to Monsieur Holmes to visit Monte Carlo. At our expense, of course, and for whatever fee you wish to name.
Surely not to admire the scenic beauties.
No, Monsieur Holmes. We anticipate trouble.
What sort of trouble do you expect?
Are you acquainted with the names of Roger Douglas and Georges Anetrios?
Oh, Roger Douglas, renowned gambler, isn't he?
Yes, Watson. As for George Anetrios, he's an incredible character. A Greek, Douglas's counterpart in the Near East. Given to wagers of gigantic sums, though not always upon cards or dice or chemin de fer, rather on curious events and feats of daring.
We maintain a secret service for the bank, Monsieur Holmes, and they told us that for the very first time these two treacherous gentlemen, Douglas and Anetrios, will meet. And at Monte Carlo.
Each, of course, with his entourage of double dealers and professional killers.
Exactly.
I should enjoy the spectacle.
Both gentlemen are experts at every conceivable form of gambling. We wonder, therefore, when the two meet, what game they will play. Might they make a wager of some sort that would endanger the interest of the bank? Might they join forces against us? We fear that the meeting of these two may lead to a disaster. We implore you to join us, Monsieur Holmes.
Hardly necessary to implore me, sir. Since this is a meeting of supremely sharp minds, it'll be hard to keep me away. Let us prepare our luggage for a trip to Monte Carlo, Watson.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes, Mr. Anetrios?
I am delighted to meet you.
The moment I heard you were coming here to Monte Carlo, I was most anxious to see you.
Thank you. You know Miss Deborah Stevens, I believe?
I know George very well. We're old friends.
We miss you, Deborah. Deborah lived in Athens and Constantinople for some time. She and I were very close. I first met her when she was dancing professionally.
We'll all miss her soon. She's to be married. I thought you wouldn't mind my bringing Deborah to this meeting. We required a witness for whatever wager we shall make, or whatever game you choose to play.
Oh, I am so pleased you did bring her, Mr. Douglas. Shall we close the door and begin? Most considerate of the management to provide this private room for our game.
As you may see, Mr. Anatrios, the management has provided us with equipment to play whatever we choose.
Your naivete is charming, Mr. Douglas.
Why do you say that?
It would be extremely dull for either of us to indulge in a contest of an ordinary sort. We would merely exhaust ourselves, only to end with a negligible gain of a few £1,000 by one or the other.
Then what on earth did you expect to play, George?
I do not know, Deborah. Perhaps together, Mr. Douglas and I may conceive of a game or wager of truly fabulous stakes, of infinite excitement.
I have a suggestion that might intrigue you.
Yes?
Did you know that at this moment Mr. Sherlock Holmes is on his way here to Monte Carlo?
Certainly.
Mr. Holmes has a magnificent reputation as a criminologist.
Well, Roger, what of it?
Mr. Holmes's mission is undoubtedly to prevent either of us from committing a crime. Mr. Anatrios, I will wager whatever sum you wish on the fact that you cannot commit a crime, of whatever nature you specify, and elude Mr. Holmes. In short, that you cannot commit a crime while he is in this city and go scot-free.
Wonderful suggestion. I accept.
Witness, Deborah?
Yes, Roger.
To make the wager even more alluring, I shall allow you to name the sum and the crime.
£50,000?
100,000.
Agreed.
And the crime?
No pedestrian crime will do. It must be a major crime. Arson on a gigantic scale, embezzlement for an enormous sum, or better yet, murder.
Whatever you like. I control a great and efficient organization. I have years of experience in these matters. My performance should be inspired. Sufficiently to baffle Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, Anatrios. Murder.
Roger, you're going too far. I thought you two would play a very exciting game of cards or wage a battle together against the bank. But murder...
For your £100,000, do you have a potential victim?
Yes, I believe I do. Have you heard of Leslie Dixon?
Dixon. Yes, a magician. I've seen him at cabarets.
He is no longer a magician. I discovered he had a more valuable talent for manufacturing.
Oh, manufacturing?
Yes, he had designs for wheels, bird cages, marked packs of cards, where the results would always be in my favor. I placed him in business.
But why do you want Leslie killed, Roger?
He wants considerably more money. He's threatened to go to the newspapers. Of course, I can't afford that. Nor could you, Anatrios. It would keep the public away from our houses.
This Leslie Dixon is a very tempting victim.
He's here, now, in Monte Carlo.
Leslie Dixon will be dead by midnight of 1 week from tonight, when Sherlock Holmes fails to identify the murderer and returns to London, defeated. I shall meet you on the evening of his departure, in this same room, where you will pay £100,000 to me. Cash, of course. Agreed?
Agreed.
Ready for your evening swim, Mr. Dixon?
Yes, Reynolds. Have my dressing gown and towels ready, as usual.
Yes, sir. They're back in the cottage, sir. I'll fetch them.
It's lovely tonight here on the beach, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Dixon. I shall return within the customary half hour, sir.
Fine, Reynolds. Now for a dip.
How is it, sir?
Water's wonderful. I'll see you later. I'm swimming out toward the raft.
Very well, sir. I'll be in the cottage.
Legs. Cramp. My legs. Reynolds! Oh, my head. Dizzy. Dizzy. My legs. I can't swim. Reynolds! Help! 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 Oh.
is the body of Monsieur Dixon, Monsieur Holmes. Washed ashore here on the beach just as the police found it.
Bewildering, eh, Holmes? They say Dixon was in perfect physical condition. Superb swimmer. The sea was very calm. No signs of violence. What do you make of it?
You've interviewed the butler, Monsieur Guillermo?
The police did so, yes. He failed to hear anything. If Dixon called for help as he drowned, the butler was out of earshot.
He might simply have developed a sudden cramp. Eh, Holmes?
Rather doubtful, Watson. A thoroughly experienced swimmer would not enter the water immediately after having eaten anything that might cause a cramp.
Especially Monsieur Dixon. He was most careful about food. A gourmet.
I see. No, Watson, I'd say this is directly concerned with a visit to Monte Carlo of Messrs. Douglas and Anetrios. It would appear that the two geniuses of crime have concocted a special brew for me. I'd say... Quick, behind those trees.
What is it?
What do you see?
A shadow with a gun. Get down!
It's amazing what people can do working together. For instance, more than 1,200 independent merchants pool their tremendous buying power and thus make possible Clippercraft, America's greatest clothing values. These friendly hometown businessmen know that to get and keep your friendship, they have to give you more for your money. And when you get a new spring Clippercraft worsted suit for only $45, an all-wool covert cloth topcoat for $40, or an all-wool Clippercraft gabardine topcoat for $42.50, you're getting the most for your money. Clippercraft clothes take their name from the famous clipper ships that established honest New England quality everywhere in the world. Yet they're as modern as the clipper planes that fly around the world today. Yes, you can trust Clippercraft clothes, and you can trust the men who sell them. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits and topcoats. In Manhattan, John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Dr. Watson, shall we return to the murder committed on a wager?
Yes, Mr. Harris, and to Monte Carlo, where on the beach in the moonlight we stood beside the dead body of Leslie Dixon. As Holmes bent over to examine the body, shots rang out from behind a tree. We fell flat upon our faces in the sand. When the firing ceased, I ran toward the trees from where the bullets had come. And as I returned...
See anyone, Watson?
Oh, Holmes. They've escaped. Just vanished into the darkness.
It is Anetrios and Douglas. They are after you, Monsieur Holmes. They are afraid you will solve the murder.
Yes, their fears are well grounded. I suggest the body be removed. I shall be interested in the results of an autopsy.
Autopsy?
Yes.
But it is obvious that Dixon died of drowning.
Nevertheless, I urge an autopsy. I have good reason.
I shall so instruct the police. They are most cooperative with requests made by the bank.
Good. And as for me, I shall discuss this case with someone well qualified in these matters. Mr. Anetrios.
But he has just attempted to kill you. Now you would walk into his hands.
Physical defeat has never frightened me, sir. It's the danger of mental defeat that lures me to whatever Anetrios has planned. Coming, Watson?
Oh, dazzling crowd, eh, Holmes? Princes, millionaires, cabinet officials, diplomats. See the Indian Rajah in the ruby-trimmed headdress there?
Irrelevant, Watson. We've business with Mr. Anetrios.
The croupier said table 3. Ah, yes. Wouldn't that be he?
Mr. Anetrios.
Good evening. Mr. Holmes?
Oh, I'm complimented that my face is internationally familiar.
I've been expecting you. Shall we step into that private room?
I wouldn't, if I were you, Holmes.
You are upset by something, Dr. Watson?
Yes, I certainly am, sir. If I were you, Holmes,
I accept your invitation, Mr. Anetrios.
Oh, before we step into the room, would you like to hold my gun, Dr. Watson?
Well,
Here. Perhaps it would put you at ease, huh?
By Jove, I will take it.
Excellent. After you, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you.
I shall save a great deal of time for you, Mr. Holmes. I did not kill Leslie Dixon.
Didn't you?
I was in the gambling rooms at the time of his death. For 2 hours previous to that, I enjoyed dinner at the Hotel Maurice. I can produce a dozen witnesses to that effect.
Yes, I'd no doubt you'd have a flawless explanation.
Previous to dinner, I attended a lawn party. Again, as many unimpeachable witnesses as you like.
I see. I'm curious, Mr. Enatrios, about the game you played or the wager you made with Roger Douglas last night. Could it in any way have been connected with the death of Leslie Dixon?
Very directly. I wagered, Mr. Douglas, that I could murder Leslie Dixon in such a way that you, Holmes, would never succeed in proving I had committed the homicide. The sum, £100,000.
Astonishing. Of all the effrontery, throwing the gauntlet in your face, Holmes. Now, really, this...
Very amusing.
Well, there's the motive, Holmes. There's your man.
I see no reason for concealing the wager. Besides, it would be unjust of me to collect. I did not kill Dixon. I intended to, yes, but I was late. I hadn't even started my plans when I had the news of his death.
Hadn't you?
Perhaps it's a move by Roger Douglas. He wanted Dixon to die. He suggested the wager. He might eliminate me that way as a competitor. His own men execute the crime in their own manner, being sure it's done properly. The guilt would seem to be mine. Oh, Mr. Douglas. You know Mr. Holmes, Dr. John Watson.
How do you do? We were discussing the late Mr. Dixon.
Really? I was at the theater when he died.
Can you prove that, sir?
Of course, Dr. Watson. I can prove my whereabouts throughout the entire evening.
I told Mr. Holmes about our wager.
You did?
Why shouldn't I?
Aren't you writing an invitation to the gallows for yourself?
Not at all. Mr. Holmes must produce concrete evidence before I lose. Evidently, he's finding it impossible.
Oh, quite the contrary. We're leaving, Watson.
May I offer my carriage, Mr. Holmes?
Thank you, no. I don't believe it's much of a walk to the morgue.
The morgue, Holmes?
Yes, Watson. If you'll excuse us, gentlemen, I must visit the morgue. The dead, you see, are often more articulate than the living.
Well, there's the body on that slab, Holmes. The police surgeon said you could examine whatever you wished.
Yes. I see they've already performed the autopsy.
Dixon drowned, Holmes. What the dickens are you probing about for? His lungs there show clearly that he was drowned.
Yes. And why did he drown? Aha, as I thought.
What do you see?
I see that I must pay a visit to the late Mr. Dixon's cottage.
Well, Holmes, if you insist upon being secretive...
You, Watson, return to the casino. Keep an eye on Enatrios and his associates. I shall meet you at the casino very shortly with a thorough explanation of the murder and the identity of the killer. Thank you, driver. That was indeed fast enough.
Well, Holmes, I've been waiting for you here on the steps of the casino for 2 hours. Did you go to Dixon's cottage, speak to the butler? What have you found?
Where are Enatrios and Douglas and their crew?
Well, they're having cigars and brandy on the terrace. This way, Holmes. It's the terrace on the cliff, overlooking the sea.
Hurry, Watson. We must find them. I have the evidence.
You have?
Yes.
Where is it?
Here, in my hand.
In your hand? What is it?
This small bottle of salad oil.
There they are, Holmes, with that girl. The table by the railing there.
Oh, yes, I see them. I regret disturbing you, gentlemen.
Mr. Holmes, you've met Mr. Douglas. This is Deborah Stevens.
How do you do?
How do you do, Miss Stevens?
I presume, Mr. Holmes, you've some sort of evidence you believe will prove I killed Leslie Dixon?
No, Mr. Enatrios. Your remarkable instincts are wrong, for once.
Then I'm sure, Mr. Holmes, you are prepared to accuse me, believing I carried out the crime, having engineered it so that Enatrios would suffer for it.
No, Mr. Douglas.
But Holmes, one of them...
Neither of them, my dear Watson.
Then the butler?
No, the butler. Mr. Leslie Dixon was killed by you, Miss Stevens, with this innocent-looking small bottle of salad oil.
Where did you find that?
You know what you are talking about, Holmes.
It was obvious someone had contrived for Dixon to drown. But how? There was no external evidence of violence. No, the sole possibility was that he'd been given something internally. In all likelihood, something that would cause him to lose control of his arms and legs, that would cause unconsciousness, so that when he set off on his nightly swim alone, he'd drown.
Stay where you are, Miss Stevens. I've had my service revolver along this trip. I knew I'd have use for it. Go on, Holmes.
So I insisted upon an autopsy. It revealed to me that Dixon's stomach lining was affected by an extreme irritant. It confirmed my suspicion. Dixon was subtly poisoned.
I won't listen to this.
You'd better, Miss Stevens. It's your death warrant. I raced to Dixon's cottage. I spoke with the butler. I inquired about what Mr. Dixon had had for dinner prior to his swim. His dinner included a salad prepared with a small bottle of oil. This bottle, which had been presented that afternoon as a gift to Mr. Dixon by Miss Deborah Stevens. This oil contains an overdose of camphor.
Camphor, Holmes? What sort of diabolical notion?
Camphor, as you know, Watson, is soluble in oil, but not in water. The salad oil was a magnificent idea. The minute amounts of camphor could easily be blended with other flavors and odors, so its presence might not be detected.
Yeah, but of all the
Shut up! Shut up, all of you!
Camphor, Miss Stevens, is obtainable easily at a chemist's, isn't it? There's no suspicion of poison when you purchase camphor, is there? And just a bit too much of it will cause leg cramps and dizziness. Will it not, Miss Stevens?
Stop it!
And an autopsy might well be a routine drowning report without evidence of poisoning. Am I correct, Miss Stevens?
Yes. Yes, you're quite right.
At one time or another, she's been associated with all kinds of men. Lord knows what sort of mess she was in with Dixon.
I was to be married next week. Dixon knew about where I've been and what I've been. He was very much in love with me, ever since we met when I was dancing in cabarets and he did his magic act. I loathed him. Every time I had a chance to marry, he would speak to my fiancée and break it up. He was going to do it again.
So you couldn't wait, could you, Miss Stevens? You couldn't wait for Mr. Anetrios to eliminate Dixon. Besides, it was an ideal circumstance. If there were any suspicion of murder, it would point to Anetrios.
Yes, but Holmes, the shots are on the beach.
Fired by you, Miss Stevens, to create the impression that an organized gang was responsible.
I won't go to prison. Dixon won't have another victory over me. I won't allow his death to send me to even more misery. No, I won't go.
Here, let go of my revolver.
I will get her away from you.
And she's tripped. She's falling back over the rail.
Fisherman down below said Miss Stevens' body struck the rocks, floated out to sea her.
Yes, a more satisfactory finish for her, Watson, I dare say. Avoiding the long, painful trial and inevitable execution. Now, Mr. Anetrios, Mr. Douglas, if you'll excuse me.
Returning to London, Mr. Holmes?
Yes, and to Baker Street. But before I go, gentlemen, I propose a toast.
A toast, sir?
Yes. To George Anetrios and Roger Douglas, two surprisingly pleasant scoundrels. To our next meeting. To your next fantastic wager.
Well, Dr. Watson, that was a very gripping adventure.
Indeed it was, Mr. Harris.
And what adventure have you for us next week, Doctor?
I have called it The Adventure of the Unfortunate Valet. It concerns a medical diagnosis, a restless corpse, and a domestic quarrel.
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the program is produced and directed by Basil Loughrane. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Spelvin. This week's story was written by Howard Merrill, with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. A happy birthday to the Girl Scouts. March 12th is your 37th anniversary. You and Girl Scouting are important, and we salute all of you all over America. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in The Adventure of the Unfortunate Valet. Guy Harris speaking for Clippercraft Cove. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, I don't think these late John Stanley episodes are some of the best in the Sherlock Holmes canon, or in the radio shows, but I will say they are perhaps some of the more audacious plots and characters. We see a lot of that, so that may have been one of the appeal and why that show really enjoyed a bit of a ratings rebound during this 1948-49 season. Now we turn to listener comments and feedback. George says on Facebook, thank you for putting these shows together. Makes my workday go by that much easier. Then we have an email from Ben who says, I just wanted to drop you a line and thank you for supplying the digital airwaves with your program. I usually listen to the radio through my iPhone when I go to sleep at night, but I've grown tired of late-night talk shows. I specifically listen to Coast to Coast AM, but it has become a gloom and doom spectacular, with end-of-the-world commentary and the like. Not something that one would want to listen to while hoping for good and happy dreams, that is for sure. Yeah, there are certain talk shows of various types where, you noticed having trouble getting to sleep, or if you're listening to something drive time and you're getting home a little extra cranky, I might want to turn off at least during that time. But he goes on to say, before late night, I'd never heard any of last night, I'd never heard any of the old-time radio shows before, and I thought I would give it a try. Johnny Dollar has truly opened my eyes to this new old world, since I usually don't only listen for half an hour or so and then shut the radio off. These programs are a great alternative to the late-night fodder. I look forward to the Sherlock Holmes episode tonight with more to follow. Thanks again for putting this up for our listeners. I don't know if you had to actively submit it or not, but I get your podcast on an app called TuneIn Radio, which connects all sorts of online streaming centers in one convenient place. Anyway, I thank you again for the work you are doing and look forward to many hours of listening. Ben. Well, thanks so much, Ben. I think I did have to submit to that app. And I haven't done submitting feeds places in quite a while, just because the show has just grown so well naturally. With the places we submitted to at the beginning, it really hasn't been something we've had to do, but I do think I did do the TuneIn, and it's a very interesting app. It's also available for people, you can listen to radio stations and feeds. I believe they have it for the Roku. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Join us back tomorrow. Speaking of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, we'll be there with that episode tomorrow. This show is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I want to say thank you to those who've given to the program recently, especially to Stephen and to Balthazar, hope I pronounced that name correctly, and Jim. Thanks so much for your support. Now it's time for today's episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. This one is called The Terrified Tuan Matter.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Tom Benson, Johnny. Feel like traveling?
Not particularly. Why?
About 6 months ago, we wrote 2 policies. A man and his wife, Harrison and Maida Langley. Double indemnity. $125,000 each.
You got a death claim already?
No, but we're liable to. Got a letter from the underwriter. Says Langley claims somebody's trying to murder both him and his wife.
Where do I go?
Sundown Rubber Plantation, Kuala Lumpur, Federated States of Malaya.
Well, I should have my passport around here somewhere.
The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you John Lund and another adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Friends, the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum present these weekly adventures of Johnny Dollar because they know that millions of you enjoy Johnny Dollar. That's true of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, too. It's enjoyed by millions, day in and day out. People find that chewing on a smooth, delicious piece of Wrigley's spearmint gum somehow makes time pass more pleasantly. Whether you're working, driving, shopping, or just taking things easy, that good, tasty chewing gives you enjoyment and satisfaction. So always keep a package of Wrigley's spearmint chewing gum handy. And whenever you want a refreshing, delicious treat, chew a stick. You'll like it. You really will.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the terrified Tuan matter. Expense account item 1, $1,043.50. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Kuala Lumpur. I checked into the Coliseum Hotel and then walked over to Batu Road and the offices of George Allister, the rubber and tin broker who doubles in brass as your Malayan representative.
Oh, filthy climate, Dollar, filthy. No man in full possession of his God-given senses should ever live out here. I don't understand why you came.
Well, you wrote about the possible forthcoming murder of some policyholders, Allister.
Oh, yes, the Harrison Langley business. Utter rot, this talk about murder. Dismal obsession of disordered mentality. I wrote that letter only in the line of duty.
You don't think there's anything to it?
Oh, beastly nonsense. The jungle's breaking Langley down. He's a weakling to start with, no moral fiber. Turn that fan up a bit, huh? Yes, fellow's disintegrating under the strain of trying to run that rubber plantation.
Then there haven't been any attempts to kill Langley or his wife?
No, sheer delusion. Concept of a diseased mind. Checked with the police. No reports made. No, jungle's got him. That and the filthy terrorists.
His plantation's in terrorist country?
Sundown some 45 miles north of here. Everything north of Kuala's in terrorist domain. Filthy blighters. Ambushing traffic. Attacking villages, plantations. Murdering, burning, slashing rubber trees. No man's in his right mind would live in this filthy country.
Yeah. How do I get out there?
I hire an armored car. Only way to travel through the jungle. Take your own chances, though. Might be blown up by landmines. I won't take any responsibility.
I'm not asking you to.
No, you make your investigation if you have to, Dollar. Won't get you anywhere. Utter waste of time. Then go back home to the States, out of this filthy climate, beastly country.
Uh-huh. If you hate this country so much, Allister, why do you stick around?
Oh, good question. Asked myself that many times. Always came up with the same answer.
What's that?
Making too much money.
Well, that sounds reasonable. Expense account item 2, $120. Rental of a 1949 Ford, completely equipped with armor plating and bulletproof glass. The jungle trip was hot but fairly uneventful, and only the barbed wire enclosure and the armed Malayan guards at the entrance to the Sundown plantation gave evidence that this was anything but a quiet, peaceful land.
Good afternoon, Tuan. May I have your identification, please?
Yeah, sure. Here it is.
Tuan Dollar. You are here to speak with Tuan Langley?
That's the general idea, yeah.
I think perhaps it would be wise for you to speak with Tuan Crawford first.
Crawford? Who's he?
He is the plantation overseer, Tuan.
Why should I talk to him instead of Langley?
Tuan Langley is not well at the moment. He is still suffering from the shock.
What shock is that?
His wife, Tuan. She has disappeared.
Well, in that case, if you don't mind, I think I'll see Mr. Langley. Through the screen door, I could see part of the interior of Langley's house. There wasn't a sign of anyone around, but it looked cool and inviting in there. Too good a bet to pass up.
You take one more step into this house and I'll kill you.
Wow. Thanks for the warning.
I mean it. Every word of it. You're not going to murder me the way you did Maida. No, not a bit of it. You didn't expect me to be waiting here ready for you when you came sneaking in, did you? No, I'll bet you didn't.
You win on all counts, Langley. Now, suppose you put that thing down and let's start talking sense.
Now move, I say. I know your kind. Sneaky, tricky. Try to get me off balance.
Look, my name's Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator. Washingtonian Life sent me out.
You're lying. George Alistair told me they wouldn't do anything about it. Wouldn't send a man halfway around the world to help me. He was right.
I've got my identification here to prove it.
You have identification?
How do you think I got past those guards at the gate? Here. Take a look for yourself.
What are you...
Thanks. 38 caliber Webley, isn't it?
All right, go ahead. Use it.
I think I'd rather have a drink first.
Over there, the liquor cabinet.
Thanks. You might take a good look at those papers while I'm mixing one.
But these papers say you're Johnny Dollar, an insurance investigator working for... Why, I'm sorry, Dollar. Dreadfully sorry. Please accept my apologies.
Forget it. Now, suppose you tell me what this is all about.
Oh, it's been a nightmare, Dollar. Constant threats against my life. Terrorist raids. Living in fear 24 hours a day. Sleeping with a gun at my side. Seeing this plantation ruined before my very eyes. And helpless to stop it. It's no wonder I'm not responsible for my actions.
Langley, it's not your plantation I'm interested in right now. It's your wife.
Maida?
Well, she's disappeared, hasn't she?
Well, yes. Yes, of course she has. But, good Lord, man, what do you think's got me all upset this way?
I was beginning to wonder. Well, let's start with your wife and go on from there. What makes you think that she's been murdered?
What's the trouble here, Mr. Langley?
Trouble?
One of the yard men told me you heard a shot fired.
There was, accidentally.
Guns don't go off around here without a reason, mister.
There's nothing to get excited about, Crawford. Mr. Dollar's an insurance investigator.
Insurance investigator? So the vultures are gathering for the feast before the body's even cold.
That's enough, Crawford. Nobody's asking you for your opinion.
I don't need to be asked about something like this. If Mrs. Langley was my wife, I wouldn't be wasting my time talking to insurance men.
Then let me remind you that Mrs. Langley is not your wife. Even though I'm certain that two of you wish she were.
Why, you dirty little...
Okay, Crawford, hold it. If you've got anything to say, suppose you tell it to me.
Yes. That's a good idea, Crawford. Instead of my saying anything, why don't you tell Mr. Dollar all you know about the disappearance of my wife? That might help clarify things in a hurry.
Okay. I'll be outside in the Jeep, Mr. Dollar. I'll take you on a personally conducted tour. That way you'll be sure of getting the truth for once.
Well, there's part of your answer.
Yeah? How's that?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Crawford's in love with my wife. They've been carrying on behind my back for months. If anyone has a motive for trying to kill me, it's Crawford.
Yeah, or it could be the other way around.
That's been going on for 3 or 4 months now, Mr. Dollar. This crazy idea Mr. Langley has that somebody's trying to murder him and his wife.
What makes you think somebody isn't?
Hey, he says he gets threatening notes and telephone calls. Only nobody else has ever seen them or heard him talking to anyone.
Uh-huh. Now, what about Mrs. Langley?
Oh, he was driving her nuts. Walking around afraid of his shadow. And carrying a gun every place he went. Spying on her and me. Trying to find out if something was going on between us.
Now, was there?
If you knew Mrs. Langley, you wouldn't even think of asking that question.
But I don't. And I'm still trying to find out what happened to her.
Well, I'll show you. There, you see where the barbed wire's been cut? Those young rubber saplings have been slashed?
A terrorist raid?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Well, what's this got to do with Mrs. Langley?
The guard who met you at the gate, Bandar. He found the fence and trees that way, making his rounds this morning. He also found a sleeve torn from one of Mrs. Langley's blouses. It was covered with blood. And no one has seen Mrs. Langley since last night.
You figure the terrorist took her with him?
I think Mr. Langley staged the whole thing to make it look like that.
Yeah? Why?
He's in debt. The 50,000-pound note on the plantation's coming due in 60 days. His wife's insurance would cover that nicely.
Well, it's an interesting theory. Let's go back, huh? Where's Mr. Langley, Bandar?
He has left for Kuala Lumpur, sir, some 10 minutes ago.
Why? Did he say?
Oh, no, sir. I only know that Tuan Langley received a telephone call, and then he left.
Did he leave any message for me?
I do not know if it was a message, sir, but he made some strange comment concerning yourself.
Oh? What was it?
He was rather excited. I did not get all the words, but it was something about giving you something to really investigate.
And that was all?
Yes, sir, that was all. Then he took a .45 caliber automatic from the gun rack and left.
Where's the phone, Bandar?
Yes, that's right, Dollar. I did speak with Langley a few minutes ago. Nothing important. Just a routine business question about a shipment of rubber.
You're sure that's all it was, Alistair?
Well, of course, ma'am. What's the matter, Dollar? Is filthy heat getting you down, too?
Did either of you say anything about Mrs. Langley?
Maida? Yes, she was mentioned casually.
Casually? And he didn't tell you that she's disappeared, possibly been murdered?
You being serious, Dollar?
Did he tell you anything about it?
No, not a word. Matter of fact, I was the only one who mentioned Maida. Perfectly casual reference, as I told you.
Well, what did you say, Alistair?
Merely that I just finished having a drink with her at the Coliseum bar.
Friends, here's a suggestion that'll help you go through a busy day feeling more relaxed and satisfied. From time to time, especially when you're feeling tense or under pressure, chew a stick of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. You see, chewing is a natural way to get rid of some of that pent-up tension. Chewing on a good, smooth piece of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum not only helps you feel more relaxed, but also gives you taste enjoyment. There's lots of refreshing, delicious flavor in Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. You'll really enjoy it. So do what millions do. Always keep Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy and chew some every day. You'll feel more relaxed, and you'll get more enjoyment out of the things you do. Next time you're at the store, get a few packages of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
I managed to get back to Kuala Lumpur in about half the time it had taken me to get to the plantation. George Alistair was still grumbling about the climate, the country, and being involved in the Langley affair.
Oh, confound it, Dollar. I told you Langley was disintegrating, but I didn't think he'd ever take a gun and go hunting his wife to kill her.
Has he tried to get in touch with you?
No.
But he knows you saw Mrs. Langley at the Coliseum bar.
Well, yes, I told him that on the phone.
Did she say anything about a raid at the plantation? About an attempt to kill her there?
No, not a word. Claimed she was in town on a 2-day shopping trip. Seemed cheerful and happy.
And she's staying at some hotel, huh?
Mm-hmm. Room 22 at the Crown House. Small, reasonable rates. She usually stays there when she's in town.
Mm-hmm. Well, you better call the police and brief them while I'm on the way over. The sooner Langley's picked up, the better.
Yes, of course.
Oh, by the way, Alistair, you wouldn't happen to know who holds that 50,000-pound note against Langley's plantation, would you?
Why, yes. I own the note. Why?
Just curious. There wasn't any sign of the Koala police in the Crown House lobby, so I went right up to Mrs. Langley's room on the second floor. Whatever preconceived ideas I might have had concerning what Maida Langley would be like didn't even come close.
So you're an insurance man, Mr. Dollar. That outfit of yours must have a hole in its head, sending you all the way to Koala because of those crazy ideas of Harry's.
You don't think there's anything to him, Mrs. Langley?
But nothing. The lad got himself into a lather with that crummy plantation that's riding his back. Been working too hard, that's all.
You think that's all there is to it? Overwork?
What else? All he needs is a good long vacation away from that stinking plantation.
What went on out there this morning?
What do you mean?
Well, you were at the plantation when the terrorists made that raid, weren't you?
Oh, that, sure. I'm getting so I don't pay any attention to those things anymore. They're happening all the time.
Where were you when it took place?
My room, packing for this trip to town. Why?
Well, both your husband and Crawford have the idea that somebody staged that raid in order to kill you.
Kill me?
They both said you disappeared right after it.
Well, sure I did. I drove to town.
Anybody see you leave?
Vandar was at the gate. He let me out. And Harry knew I was coming here.
Your husband knew that?
Sure, Harry's going to join me here. This place has got a kind of, well, you might call it sentimental feeling for us.
Oh, yeah? How's that, Mrs. Langley?
I'm staying here when I first met Harry. Lots of show people stay here.
Oh, you were in show business?
Oh, couldn't you tell? Sure. I was traveling around the Orient with a girly show. Nothing big time, you understand, but it was a living. Funny how those things turn out. Never figured I'd wind up someday being the wife of a rich plantation owner.
Must have been quite a change.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. It's another chorus cutie on the make who managed to snag herself a gold mine.
I didn't say that.
Well, don't. I happen to love that guy of mine. When he meets me here, I'm going to make him take me to Singapore for a month. Just the two of us. A real vacation. And then he'll forget all this crazy business about people wanting to kill him and me. Everything will be okay then. When we get back, we'll go...
Get down!
What was...
Get down!
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah. You didn't get started on that vacation soon enough. The shots had come from the rear of another hotel, just across the alleyway from the Crown House. When I got over there, I found just about what I'd expected. A room filled with babbling tenants, the smell of burnt cordite, and an excited room clerk.
Yes, Tuan. It was a gentleman who rented this room. He had registered here 30 minutes ago. I do not understand why he's not here now.
Happen to remember his name?
Oh, yes, Tuan. I take great pride in my work here. I remember the names of all the hotel guests.
Well, I'm only interested in one. The man who rented this room.
Oh, yes, I remember quite distinctly. He registered here under the name of Harrison Langley.
I went back to Maida's room to get her out of there and under police protection. I could have saved myself the trip. She was gone. I spent the next 3 hours going round and round with the Koala police. Eventually, they decided they'd try to pick up Langley and see what they could do about protecting Maida. Expense account item 3, $10 for a double scotch on the rocks and a half-eaten dish of mame at the Coliseum bar. I don't think the bill would have run that high, but when I saw the face in the crowded bund outside the window, I didn't feel like waiting for change. Still looking for her, Langley?
What? Oh, it's you, Dollar.
Still looking for Maida?
Then you knew I came here to Koala to kill her.
That's the general impression I've received, yeah.
It's a terrible thing. What a scheming woman can do to a man, Dollar. Terrible thing.
You want to tell me about it first, or do we go straight to the police?
Doesn't really matter now, does it?
Probably not.
There's a little garden across the square. I used to meet Maida there. Do you mind if we talk about it there?
Sounds like as good a place as any.
I don't know, Dollar. Maybe it's because I'm a weakling. Maybe it's because when a man marries late in life, as I did, it hits him harder when he learns that his wife no longer loves him.
You still think that's the real story?
I know it is. She and Crawford.
That's not the way she tells it, Langley.
I should have known better. Cheap dance hall tramp. She only married me for my money.
And you're convinced Maida and Crawford intended to murder you?
Oh, no. Don't underestimate my sweet, darling wife, Dollar. She didn't want me killed. Then Crawford could force her into marrying him. No. All she wanted was to have me adjudged mentally incompetent. Then she'd have control of my money and no strings attached. That's why she was so brazen about her affair with Crawford. Why they tried to break me down with all those threats against my life, take those terrorist raids against the plantation. To make me crack, break down under the strain, commit some unreasoning act of violence. Well, they almost succeeded. I came here to Kuala today to kill Maida, to get rid of her once and for all. I couldn't see any other way out. No other answer for me.
Murder's never an answer for anything, Langley.
I'm not sure. I spent the whole afternoon walking the streets, thinking about it, trying to bring some semblance of sanity back into my life. I don't know, Dollar. Maybe I shouldn't have changed my mind. Maybe if I'd gone to that hotel and killed her. I don't know.
You still have the gun with you?
Yes. Yeah. Here it is.
Thanks. Well, the magazine's full. Gun doesn't look as though it's been fired.
Why should it? I told you I changed my mind about killing her, didn't I?
Yeah. So you did. I asked Langley to wait in the garden and went across to the Coliseum Hotel, where I made 3 quick phone calls. The first was to the Koala police. They told me the slugs they dug out of the wall in Maida's hotel room were .38 caliber. The second call was to the Sundown Plantation.
Yes, sir. That is correct. Tuan Langley's wife left the plantation early yesterday morning.
Then why did you tell me she disappeared?
It was at her request, sir. She said to tell everyone that. She was planning some surprise for Tuan Langley.
Uh-huh. What about Crawford? Is he around?
No, sir. He left for Kuala Lumpur shortly after you did.
Did he say when he was coming back?
Oh, yes, sir. He said he would return by midnight tonight.
Uh-huh. He had a gun with him, of course.
Yes, sir. He not only took his, but also Tuan Langley's .38 caliber Webley.
The third call was to the room clerk of the hotel where the shots had been fired. His memory was still good concerning the man who'd registered as Harrison Langley. 6 feet tall, brown hair, heavy set, about 30. It was a perfect description of Crawford. I drove back to the garden in my armored Ford, picked up Langley, and we headed out on the jungle road leading back to the Sundown Plant. Sure, I'd get the proof I needed when we got there. But I was wrong. I got it when we were still 15 miles away. Must have been a landmine.
If some devil ran over it in his car.
Well, we'll find out.
There it is, Dollar. An armored car. Blown clear off the road.
Yeah.
Is there any?
Not a prayer for either one.
The gun he's wearing. That's my Webley.
I know. He used it this afternoon. Looks like I was the target and not Maida.
So, she died out here like this. Instead. Cheap chorus girl. All she wanted was money. So she married for it. But that wasn't enough. She had to scheme and connive to break me down, destroy me. So it could be all hers, alone. Well, she didn't succeed, Dollar. And I'm well rid of her. She deserved to die like this by violence. Just another dead animal in the jungle.
Mr. Langley, let's...
Cheap, no good tramp. That's all she was. Believe me, I'm well rid of her. Well rid of her. She deserved to die like this. Nothing but a cheap, cold-blooded, cold-blooded...
Expense account item 4, $39.70. Hotel bill and incidentals in Kuala Lumpur. Expense account item 5, $1,083.25. Airfare and incidentals from Kuala Lumpur back to Hartford. Expense account total, $2,296.45. Remarks? Sorry I couldn't save you the loss on Maida Langley's death claim, but if it's any consolation, you're in good company. Everybody concerned seems to have lost something. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Friends, when you've got a package of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum with you, you're all set for refreshment and enjoyment at any time. At work, at home, in your car, wherever you are, just slip a stick of delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum in your mouth and keep on with what you're doing. See how refreshing that lively spearmint flavor tastes, how it cools your mouth and helps keep your throat moist. Enjoy the good chewing, too. It'll make the time pass more pleasantly for you. And remember, chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum helps keep breath sweet and teeth clean. So it's a nice thing to have with you at all times. Get some next time you're at the store. That's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Sidney Marshall with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Howard McNear, Ben Wright, Jack Edwards, Bill Johnstone, Jack Moyles, and Virginia Gregg. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you enjoyed tonight's story of Johnny Dollar and that you're enjoying delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum every day. This is Charles Lyon, inviting you to join us again next week at this same time when from Hollywood, John Lund returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
Welcome back. Well, the program almost ran counter to the stereotype about younger women who marry older, richer men, but ended up kind of conforming to it in the end, where the guy who was paranoid turned out actually to be correct. But regardless of that, I have to say I love the setting of this episode. It's a phenomenal place where you're moving into a whole other world here, and I think that it's one of the great things about Johnny Dollar. You can go anywhere. I mean, half the time he could hang out around around Hartford, but then he goes halfway around the world to someplace just totally foreign to our way of life. So I love this episode and just the different setting it put Johnny Dollar in. Well, we do have a listener comment. This one comes from Kathleen. I really enjoy listening to the old-time radio shows. They remind me of when I was a child, listening to the radio on Saturday afternoon. Well, we're glad we can bring that feeling and that time back for you. But that'll actually do it for today. Thanks so much to everyone for listening and all your great support. We will see you next week on Monday with an episode of The Adventures of Frank Race. And then join us back here next Friday for yours truly, Johnny Dollar. In the meanwhile, send your comments to box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives. And call us 208-991-4783. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.